All right. How y'all doing? I am so sorry. Y'all, listen. I was waiting on a video to upload. And that didn't happen. It's got like 30 minutes left. Y'all, thank you for tuning in. I am so sorry. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? How we doing? Hello all. Hello all. Let's get a little music going. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We got a new member up in here. Can y'all hear me and see me? Put a one in the chat if you can. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and being so patient. You guys know I hate having you all wait. I hate having to schedule now because I have to push it back. It went from 8 to 9 to 10 and then still falling behind a little bit. I apologize for the delay. Y'all listen. Chicken Head wanted the clock again. So might as well give us something to clock about. Now, here's the thing. I had a compilation video that I was working on. Thank you, Peyton, for becoming a new member. I appreciate it. Welcome aboard to the LLC readers. I appreciate your support. Hey, Butterfly Girl. How y'all doing? Hey, Storm. How you all doing? Hey, Jeff. What time is start? It's starting now. I'm late. I apologize. Y'all know I hate having you all wait. I'm 6 minutes in late. My apologies, because it's already kind of late in the evening. It's a school night. Okay. You guys can hear and see. I'm just gonna go through some comments. Hey, Kadia, how are you? Hit that like button as you all come in. I appreciate you all for being patient and for tuning in. Hey, Saint, how you doing? How you doing? I got the link. Hey, Kasuela, how you doing? Hello, LLC and LLC family, all the way from Columbus, Georgia. All right. Georgia in the house. Oh, Jennifer, I am. Oh, I'm here for it. I'm here for it too. Listen, she clucked. We were like, is that a joke? So earlier today, if you guys haven't been able to check out Dear World Christian, my Morehouse brother and brother in Christ, he did a live going over her latest little rant video. And after he went through the video, he allowed me and Chicago Red to come up on board. Shout out to Dear World Christian and Chicago Red. You guys make sure you check them out as well. Fantastic content creators. Dear World Christian, he does stay on top of. He put his foot on her neck. He got a lot of content on chicken neck, chicken head, cluck cluck. The feathers that keep on falling. Yeah, he got a lot of videos and content on us, so I'm here for it. So we were on his live today, and I got a few things in, few comments in, but you can't use profanity over there. Now over here, I'm trying my best to not use so much, but you guys, let me tell you something. I never said I was gonna stop. You have to be all right with that. If you're gonna be a part of the LLC, sometimes you gotta just put up with me, my little antics. I love to laugh. I love to joke. I love to read documents and look up information. I love to come up with names for people, and sometimes use a little cuss word too. So it's who I am. It's who I am. But I appreciate all of you. And my grandmother always taught me, who raised me growing up. She, God rest her soul, passed away in 2017. She said, "You'd rather be who you are, and then people not like you for who you are, than to be something you're not, and then they don't even know who the hell you were, and they may have loved you." So I always believe in being myself. That's how I say. Hey, Steven, how's the basement situation? You all right? You and Mark? Y'all doing good? Hey, Mark, shout out to you. We getting on your favorite character. Easter Bunny sidekick, chicken. You know, I was gonna migrate up to Golden Goose, but she's not there yet. She's not ready. I'm certainly not gonna call her a bird that actually knows how to fly. that requires a bigger brain and some intelligence. Oh, Cornmeal, you can kiss my ass. All right, we're getting into it. Thank you so much, Laura. Laura is my admin here on Streamyard and one of my mods. I have the greatest mods on YouTube, y'all. I do. We got so many mods that are in here, from Candia to Saint to Jeff, Laura. I appreciate all of you for being in here. We also have Babe Solo. She's another fantastic mods. And these are mods that, are just volunteering the time. I appreciate when I blow up and we hit like 100,000 supporters and stuff like that, then I'll be able to like give them and bless them with some finances and stuff for doing this. I think that's how you take care of your folks, right? So people said thank you for the memberships. You guys are welcome. I didn't know it was gonna cost me. I really didn't. I'm being honest. It was like $50, but of course, I want you guys to be able to enjoy some of the content here that's in the members only channel, and it's okay. It's sometimes you just bless people, and then God has allowed me to breathe and live, and my children are safe, healthy, and happy and whole. So the challenge is growing, and I just thank you all for that. I wish I would have known, but I would have definitely put a little bit more aside to be able to gift a few more memberships, but I hope you guys utilize them. I just, I try to. Some of them I haven't seen in a while, but I really hope they utilize the memberships. If you guys haven't noticed that stream that I did on the St. Patrick's documents, that is now members only. I told everybody, go ahead and watch it while you can, because I'm putting that in the members only, especially after getting the memberships. So go and make use of it. Make good use of it, and go check out the both videos where I've gone over the foyer requests for the St. Patrick's place are now on the membership channel. They're on the members only channel. So my video is almost done, y'all. So I'm just trying to give it some time. It's like 4 minutes though, because I want to be able to, it's a compilation of things that kind of goes with the title of this stream, Lord have mercy. It is, if you saw the thumbnail, it's basically, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. And there is no way any sane-minded, normal thinking person can see all the videos that she has intentionally put out or participated in or whatever. Because her whole thing was, don't use my videos and make it seem like you interview with me. Don't nobody want to interview with you except Dear World Christian. Dear World Christian say you can still go on his platform if you want, but you don't want to go over there. I mean, you'll get the views you want. You'll get the attention you want. If you were smart, maybe you have a YouTube channel and you live stream to your YouTube channel as well. But whatever. keep making your money painting houses and cutting grass. Good luck to that. I'm not even shying on it. I'm just saying. You want the attention, you might as well let YouTube pay you for it. At least use the brain God gave a chicken. Hey, God did give brains to chickens, okay? But never mind. She don't want to go. Like, I don't want to interview you. I'm not bringing you on my platform. I'm not. If I brought you here, it'd be strictly to clown your ass. So, Dear Old Christians offered a couple times to interview you, and he actually did try to give some solutions for her. She didn't want it. So that's part of the video that I have where she basically says, I could have had a full slate if I wanted it, but I didn't want it. I didn't need one. Oh, so you didn't need anybody. So I don't know why anybody feels bad about her not having a slate and having help. She didn't want it. It's great. It is what it is, right? So I'm not going to keep you guys all night. I promise I'm not. Where am I with my comments? Thank you, Laura, for holding it down, y'all. Laura, holding it down. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So much. She's speaking to everybody. Canuela. Hey, Annie. How you doing? Yes. Thank you so much, Laura. Excuse me. Y'all know I don't like being late. If I schedule a live, I'm going to be on time. If it's a minute late, I still don't like that. But, oh, man. Oh, my video's still uploading. So, we're going to get through some comments here. Where is everyone not naming your state? Yep, I finally came in the nick of time. So we got some people in from Georgia. Where is everybody else from other than Dalton? Oh, hey, Crystal. You're welcome. You're welcome. YouTube chooses 10 people to give memberships to. So it's random. I wanted to get Mike a membership, and a couple other great supporters. Mike always blesses the channel with supers, whether it be super sticker chat, always. So it just, um, I wanted to be able to just kind of bless him back in return with that. But me gifting it out, even anybody who gifts out memberships, YouTube randomly selects. I wish YouTube would stop doing it. Let us be able to choose. If I buy 10 and I'm spending money for it, at least let me be able to pick 5. Just give me some options here. Don't tell me you're gonna randomly select people. I know the supporters on my platform, and there's some that have been very supportive of the platform that deserve to be gifted a membership. And I wanted to be able to select, but YouTube need to do better and change the rules. But that's what happened. But I'm glad you got one. I'm glad you were able to enjoy the perks we have over there in the membership. You guys, I got to learn how to do so much. I got to learn how to do those little, what do you call the little badges, the icons and stuff, where they had the little miniature pictures of people and stuff like that. I'm not that artsy and creative. Artiste is the brain behind the outro, intro video, the logo you see here. He's the brains behind it, right? Artiste is fantastic. And I'm not that creative. So if you see the little, what do you call them, little badges, icons that you want, I just got to learn how to do it to save it or whatever, make it available. But if you're able to create one and save it to yours, please do so, by all means. If I have to, whatever I need to do on my end so that you guys can create your own little icon badges, let me know. I don't know how to do it. I'm still learning how to do some of the features in the memberships. Can't believe I didn't have memberships last year. Like, whoo, I'm so behind. All right, everybody hit a 1. Oh Lord, I thought this video was 3 minutes. It is still 5 minutes later. It's still saying 3 minutes. So sound is great. Thank you guys. She is looking for attention. Yes, she is. Cornmeal's looking for attention. Video is slightly fuzzy. Is it? Let me see. Is it still fuzzy? Let me know. Are y'all able to see me? I like the background. I don't really want to get rid of the background, but it's a virtual background. It's not a green screen. I really like it. But if I need to turn it off, I can. You give the best nicknames to people. Thank you, brilliant. You know what I do? I name them according to how they act. It's like a personality or a character or something. It's a reason behind some of the names. Super Stupid is just kind of naturally, because she's calling herself Superman and she's really stupid. Super stupid. People get mad at me saying that. Never mind all the laws she's broken in court orders, in court documents. No, they don't care about that. We as humanity have, and I can say this, we're drawn to some art or form of rebellion, right? We sit here and give people who will break many laws an opportunity to be in an elected position. But if I say super stupid, oh no, freezing hell over single-handedly. I'm saying it because that's how she act. Cornmeal. Yeah, you understand now? The cornmeal and the chicken head. Chicken head. Just all over the place. Laying eggs and stuff. Picking up her shells. They said at some point he's just going to start running from her. He's just going to be like, oh, stop bothering me. She's obsessed with this man. They're obsessed with these trustees. What has the trustees done to these people individually? If you live in Dalton, please let me know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe the trustees, beat up Cornmeal and the gang, or something, and it just didn't get reported. Like, what did they do to these people personally for them to have this much vendetta? But all of the dumb shit, and I'm saying it, dumb shit that Super Stupid has done. Y'all need to give her a chance. She has a daughter. She shouldn't go to prison. There are mothers in prison. They know how to handle someone as a parent in prison. Why excuse all of her behavior? And then they demand, laughable, demand evidence on what she has stolen. These people, I'm gonna tell you right now, will not do well if they had to appear before a court of a federal judge in a court of law. They would probably be the ones in there crying and passing out and flailing all over the floor because they wouldn't be able to hold their own. Not when you asking somebody to prove to me that she stole something. That's why I had to do that video the other day. Okay, I'm good. The video is good. Hi, Ayo. I just saw. Wait a minute. Hey, Foxy. I'm sorry. I'm just talking and putting up comments. I'm so sorry. Hey, Foxy. Hey, Ayo. I like the doggy. Look, y'all, that's the same doggy that has the viral thing when you look into his Skeeter say you good. Cool. El Sheho finally got it live at the beginning. Y'all, it's almost done. It's a compilation video that I wanted to do. So I didn't want to have to go from video to video. And I did ask a couple of other YouTubers if I could use, just a portion of it. One of them, you let somebody come on and blast me out, you can kick rocks. And I don't do extortion. So I'm just waiting on you to buck. When I buck back, I don't want to hear your mouth. It's just, I laugh about a lot of things, but what I don't laugh about, concept of someone trying to extort me. That's a whole ass felony. And I'm not going to spare you. I'm just telling you that right now. But that's all I'm going to say. The rest is going to be followed up by action. All right, moving on. Y'all, is it ready? Yes. Y'all, let me see if my video is up. It's private because I didn't want to. I'm just going to use it as a part of my live stream. So that's why it's private. Let's see what we're working with. Show me what you're working with. Hey, I said, show me what you're working with. I said, show me what you're working with. Before I get started with that, did you guys see the post? JB is working on a new video. Did y'all see it? Dumb and Dumber. The saga continues. Did y'all see the post of Super Stupid and Siggy Boy? I'm expecting some great things out of that next video, JB. Sexual chocolate. Oh, I love him. All right. Annie Grant got a chicken and a chicken head. She's laying some rotten eggs again. Yeah, honey. It's just stinking up all of Dalton. Grandma gave great advice. Grandmother was very wise. We bless God for grandmamas. Grandmamas everywhere you go. Listen, continue to share your wisdom. We as human beings, we don't take that wisdom to heart like we used to in the old days. I'm not that old, but I'm just saying. That wisdom goes a long way. And as you get older, you start to understand a lot of those things that the grandmamas were teaching you. Like mine, I'm starting to see that in my life. Some of the things that she always said. And tried to get me to understand, whether it was as a kid or a teenager growing up, or she would sometimes say, you'll see when you get older. Yeah, I understand now a lot of things because you live life, you learn. All right, Chris Hebb, hi from Cleveland, Ohio. Look at that. Look at God. Skeeter is in Cleveland, Ohio as well. Skeeter, you got a neighbor. All right, Chris. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Oh man, I love you guys too. Thank you so much. I love all of you guys. I appreciate all of you. Am I still fucking? No one is interviewing her. I know, right, Butterfly Girl. Don't nobody want to interview her. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Dear World Christian does get her on his platform, she gonna have to have a whole 180 attitude. Cause I told him you'll just be muting her all day. She doesn't care. She didn't have any respect. So, I'm just telling you what to expect. Expect to have to keep her ass on mute. That's all you're going to be doing. And he was like, I know how to mute her. Oh, okay. She's not going to answer questions. I don't even know what would be the purpose. She talking about somebody want to interview her. You don't answer questions, chicken head. Like, what the hell point would you be other than to just cannon fodder? You just be sitting here on our platform in a video. You can do your own. You got to get an interview to still dodge questions. I mean, come on. Yeah, she told everybody she's not going to help them now because she lost like hell. You're too old to be throwing a tantrum over losing. Your parents didn't teach you how to be a good sport. Did no one teach you, cornmeal, that you need to be a good sport when you lose? Learn how to be a good sport and be okay with that, because life is not going to hand everything to you on a silver platter. It just doesn't work that way. You brought that on yourself. She succeeded. How you doing? She ain't moving. She just... Oh, man. Oh, Lord have mercy. As always, to the mods, if you guys see anybody coming in and being weird, because, you know, Cornmeal got her little cult following, I guess. I need a heads up before they get blocked, because that's one thing. I use trolls for target practice. It's just helped me to stay up on my comedy game. But they get rude and disrespectful and they just calling your names or something like that, then all my mods have permission to handle them, and let me know what's going on. That way, because you know, people got to have something, because we prone to rebellion, right? So we love messy nonsense. So of course people gonna run tell that. You can write it down, remember, take a picture of it. If my mods have to remove you, it's because of a very good reason. Because I believe in free speech. I do. You don't have to agree with me, but don't get stupid. Don't be dumb. All right, let's see what's going on with this video. Let's see what's happening with it. I want to be able to get to it. Let me finish up some more comments. Oh, God. Yes. Listen. Canuela said, I will become a member on Friday. Love, you're the best. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, bloggers, stop talking about her. She needs attention again. She gonna get this video out of me, though. That's it. Brilliant said they're in New Mexico, Nita in North Carolina, Charlotte, Annie in South Carolina. Y'all next door neighbors. Hey, Enrique, LA. There you go. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Laura's in Murray, Kentucky. You never told me how the barbecue tastes. Send me an email. Let's see. All those in the bushes, hit the like, share. What is it with this bush thing? Let me tell y'all something. And I want to be clear on this. Okay? This, because I believe in just flat out transparency, right? I know when people are watching my video and they're coming from other channels where those content creators hate my guts. I know. It happens. I don't know why, but it does. You think people don't like you, they gonna stop watching you, right? They'll stop supporting you. I hope I'm clear now. But they come over and they mosey on over, and they tune in because mostly, you know, for the information. But now you want it, you become a member. I won't stop even being a member. To me, that's almost like, you know, a gotcha moment. You know, you was snooping around in the bushes and you realize, oh man, she put all that St. Patrick stuff up in the members only channel. Yeah, I'm sure a couple of them are members already. Good luck to those watermarks on my documents. I don't mind sharing them, but if you want your own clean documents, do FOIA request and get your own. That's the ones that want to sit and lurk around in the bushes. But you know, it's okay if people hate my guts to come in and tune in. Thank you for adding to the algorithm. Salute to you. Hey, Prima, how you doing? Oh man. All right, we're gonna have a good time tonight. Y'all ready? Succeeding from Northwest Indiana. Okay. Oh my, see, our mic is awesome. I'm sorry, buddy. I really wanted to gift you a membership, but YouTube just randomly picked the 10 people. I am so sorry, but hopefully, you know, I'll be able to next month. I don't even understand how it's 10 free memberships if we're paying for them. So they're not necessarily free. But that is a rule. But I want to get you a membership if I can. I appreciate your support here and for tuning in. I appreciate that. Hey Carol, how you doing? All right, we're getting down the list, y'all. I'm just trying to scroll down. I'm just gonna see people. Hey Michael. Yeah, I'm just hitting comments of people I haven't spoken to yet. We're going into 26 minutes. Okay. Great. You. Stupid needs to hush. Okay. She's about in that video. It was like, what are you doing? You didn't cuss out nobody, cop. Then she had the media, she said. Yeah, didn't she want the attention on her? Now you got it. Now you mad. Pick one. Like, good Lord. They stole her lunch money. Hey, Doug. Because AKA the dog watcher has zero going on. We don't even see her husband following her. I don't think so. I mean, who's the spouse? Hey, well, Christian. Stopping by the pay my respects by hitting like. I appreciate it. Dear Will Christian, my Morehouse brother and brother in Christ. I always say that because he is. I appreciate you tuning in. Or if she cared about anyone in her family, she would not be a crook, allegedly. Oh, their court documents of law she's already broken. I'm just waiting on the FBI at this point. Tell them to prove she didn't, and that she goes along with their morals as well. And that goes along with their morals. I mean, this is the thing, I showed the example of her having the police come out that she weaponized and had in her pocket because a vendor, the Moscow vendor, sent up some people from North Carolina to basically repossess their personal property that belonged to the vendor because Super Stupid never paid for those banners. She never got approval from the board of trustees. She did not follow any law, ordinance, or anything to do that right. So yeah, they had every right. I'm still saying now I'm blurry. They had every right to repossess their property. It wasn't hers. So keeping it by force is no longer you being given opportunity to just hold them in your hand. Now that's theft of property. She should have given them back. She didn't pay for them. You're blurry tonight. Am I still blurry? I have been doing late nights. I really don't like to, but I have, y'all, until God blesses this channel to grow to the point where I can do this full time. I still have a regular 9 to 5, and the workload is crazy. Clear now looks great. Is it okay? I want to make sure it's clear. Maybe it's just me moving. I'm gonna stop moving because I really want to keep my background up. I like my background. All right, y'all, we gonna get to it. I got it now. Okay. All right. Can y'all see my screen? I had to put that private because I didn't want just didn't want it to go public yet. How about that? Okay, here we go. So we're gonna do this compilation. It looks good now. Can y'all see? I'm gonna make myself smaller, but I'm gonna give shout outs to the channels as I go along. Man, this is the only reason why I'm doing this is because, I hope this serves as a reminder of why Jason House won and she lost like hell. But she's being too salty and bitter about her losing. And it's almost like she's mad that you all didn't give her a vote like you owed her that. But yet she turns around hypocritically talks about not voting for people because she doesn't give her vote away. Well, you're expecting an entire village to do the same to you. That's hypocrisy at its finest. You fake Christian. It makes no sense. Deaconess on her bad side today. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's get to it, y'all. Thank you all for tuning in. We gonna go on with the thank you all for the gifted one. Thank you, Mike. Were you gifted or you gifted one? Somebody got a membership. Mike, were you gifted? You were gifted one? Thank you. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to make sure whoever gifted Mike a membership or if he bought it, thank you so much. You're welcome. What up, though? How you doing? She don't want to smoke. Deal said she don't want to smoke. Is it on? Hold on. Doug, did you say hello? Yeah, he said hello. Is what on Facebook or the video that I'm doing is a compilation. So it's only on YouTube, but I have it private. I might make it available to members only and just put an intro and outro video on it and just have it for members only, but I'll mow over that. Either way, we're about to get to this, and some parts of this you guys have already seen. Like I said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. So let's see who she really is.
So I want you all to get a clear understanding. But let me be clear about something, because I don't want nobody to mess around and find out. My personal space is my personal space. You don't get to get in my personal space. You don't get to come ask me questions. You don't get to do any of that. You get to stay out of my personal space. Now, I get it. You all on your adult politics page showing just how ignorant and immature you all are. And the stuff that you guys do, it speaks volume about the leader that you are supporting. Because you will never see people that support me out acting the way a lot of you all act. And the sad part about it is a lot of you seniors, it's embarrassing the way a lot of you guys act. You all really need to grow up and get yourselves together. But I'm going to be clear about this thing. Do not get me mistaken and do not listen. I'm just telling you, don't be fooled. Don't mess around and find out. Do not get in my personal space. Don't come with me with no bad energy. Don't do any of that. That's all I'm saying. Now, we can run this race. Yes, I'm going.
First of all, let me give a shout out to Deal Work Christian, who's still, I hope you're still in the live, because I saw your comment here. You don't pay for them. YouTube just gives them to you to give. I didn't get any memberships to give. When I was in the live stream and I clicked the button and clicked on gifting memberships, it didn't have a free option. It made me pay for it. So send me an email, please, if you can. Maybe I missed something, or a screenshot of what I'm actually needing to hit. So when, May comes in, I can actually gift them out. But like I said, I'm going to give away all 10 that we're giving each month. That way you guys can be able to enjoy that content. So, but I had no idea. I just went on ahead and paid for it. But I appreciate you all. No such thing as a free lunch, LLC. I know. Not to me. Hey, good people. All right, let's get back to it. Shout out to you, Dear Work Christian, for I think I used about 2 or 3 of your videos in this compilation. One from Public Ops TV, who's absolutely hilarious. I love his editing on his videos. And Martin G. Johnson. I think that's all I can remember. All right, let's get back to it.
Going to be dropping receipts. Yes, I'm going to be doing my videos. Now, if you are so strong about your candidate and if you are so confident in your candidate, it doesn't take all of that. See, when you got people being messy, being nasty, calling people all out of their names, I said, you should, and y'all think I don't see the garbage that you posted in the Adult Politics page? Every post comes to me. You don't know who I know that's in that page that's watching it. So it just shows a lot about what type of leadership we would have in office. This stuff is ridiculous. A lot of you guys need to grow up. You guys are so immature. It's unbelievable.
The dummy sitting here calling people immature. Let me ask this. Is it because she's saying these things like it's like a common fact? Okay. We have a president that is a Republican that has a huge following, a huge base. Does that mean that every U.S. citizen is going to act like the President Trump now? Is that what that means? I'm just saying. Are you saying that go political, go politics on Facebook? They have a right to have a Facebook page or a group post. It's freedom of speech and expression. Same thing with YouTubers, independent journalists, and those that relate information. That's called freedom of the press. Period. I even went over that. The federal government has no way to really, single hand out who's considered a member of the free press or not. I mean, press is to publish, whether you're doing it in writing or, verbally, or you're doing it with videos. That's still a publish of information that a lot of this the public does need to know. And in Dalton, people have asked to know. So you can't get mad because they created a Facebook group. You don't like what they saying? Keep living. You know what she tell everybody? Yeah, you'll get over it. You'll be fine. Oh yeah, I'm throwing everything back at them. The dumb hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is something else. All right, let's get back to it.
And all those folks with all this keyboard energy and all this negativity, when they see you in person, they can barely hold their head up because that lets you know they're all about mess and gossip and all this other crazy stuff. You should be glad someone is running for mayor and giving you an option and trying to help build this village back up. Like, make this stuff make sense. You guys are so hell-bent on crazy stuff. If you are confident about your candidate, then be confident about your candidate, but carry yourself with grace and dignity. You guys are an embarrassment. And it's the same little group of people that comes to the meeting, but make no mistake, I'm not Tiffany Henry. You will not get up in my personal space. I'm just telling you, because that might not work out well for you. So let's not do that. You don't get to approach me. You don't get to do any of that.
Wow.
Now, I believe things should be done decently in order. Now, if you know you are not for me, I'm fine with that. Listen, when I started this journey, I knew everybody was not going to be for me, and I'm fine with that. What do I care about you all's opinion about me? Wow. It does not matter.
So why go on and on and on and on about YouTubers? Angry deaconess. Why go on and on and on about YouTubers? You fake Christian. How about you grow up and grow a spine? You knew you weren't going to win. Apparently, light has been shed on you. You tried to run for an elected position. Then you're under scrutiny. If I went out and said I want to run for a mayor, guess what people going to start doing? Googling my ass. Why make it worse by being an asshole? Why make any of that worse by treating people like crap? Dilworld Christian is one of the nicest guys, and you mocked him. And he still is trying to offer, you a platform, opportunity to come on and act like you have some sense, since that's something you want for everybody else. He offered that opportunity, and you said no, called him messy, and then called him names. And he's never said anything out the way to you. Yes, I'm going to call you cornmeal and chicken head. But it's not calling you the B word either. It's also not sitting here talking about any part of your sexuality or whatever you think is going on in your head. Because that's, but I still laugh at it. And then I'm just epically respond by making you look like the hypocrite that you are, weirdo.
Do you understand? What you think about me is none of my business. That's you and your feelings and your perception and your emotions. All I can say to you is get over
it. I think you're a chicken head.
Too less. I could care less. At all.
Care about that.
But what we will not do, is be disrespectful and get in my personal space. I'm just telling you, that might not work out so well for you. Let's not do that. Okay? Because I don't want to have to go there. And you don't want me to have to go there. Do you understand? So listen, we're in a race and it's fine. If you're so confident about your candidate, Jason House, then be confident about your candidate. Y'all out here acting.
We are, and he won. Thank God. So I want to make sure I don't keep you all for too long, but yeah, he won for a reason. I don't have to live in Dalton to know he was going to win. I said it a few months back. And yes, I tried to take the neutral stance and not tell anyone who to vote for, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I say. It's all about what people are going to do. 152 people did not listen to any YouTuber that said go vote for Jason House either, because they went out and voted for your chicken head ass. So 152 people were not swayed. So how much influence do you think we really have if you got at least one vote? I mean, if I had that much persuasion, you would have been at 0 votes. Hell, you would have been at -5. You would have owed Jason House 5 votes. By the time I got done with you, you would have to pay him votes. You have to give him some votes. Out of here. Her votes will be in the negative. You kidding me? Get negative 2,388 votes. How is that possible? You will owe him some votes. Girl, kick rocks. I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit just to kind of get to what I recorded on this towards the end.
Like what you're doing folks act. You can't even respect them for the way they act. This is ridiculous. Women in their 60s and 70s just acting a flat out nut, acting a flat out fool.
Wow.
It is ridiculous. It is embarrassing. How can we teach the younger folks when you got old silly fools and they're just acting an old fool? Yeah, I said it. I don't care if you like it. I said it.
She not realize herself?
You all are supposed to be seasoned with grace. You're supposed to teach the younger folks. But when we see our older folks acting a fool, it is embarrassing. Flat out embarrassing. You all are the ones that's supposed to be.
How is this seasoned with grace? How is it? I'm curious because right now you're looking, smelling, and acting like spoiled cabbage with buttermilk.
Teaching the younger generation. But then you got your people up there that you're rooting for. They feeding off of you all acting a bunch of fools. They feeding off you all getting online, acting a fool, and cussing folks out and calling people out like their name and all that other stuff.
That's what you're doing, though.
Y'all are embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Like flat out embarrassing. Well, Miss Melinda,
you hypocrite.
If you want to know what I'm talking about, it's embarrassing how people are acting. Clearly, you got itching ears and you want to hear. So, yes.
Cornmeal, it is embarrassing how you are acting. You are an embarrassment to humanity. You and Super Stupid. This is why people call you Tiffany 2.0. And I don't even like saying her name. But you 2.0. Except weird. You can't be this. You know, a narcissist is just going to be a hypocrite. Those two things go hand in hand. She's another narcissist, but I mean, good God, she brings a whole new twist to this. He's just sitting here saying all this crap that she's actually doing in real time. Thank you, you angry Christian fake preacher.
Y'all act stupid. I said it. And stop acting stupid. Don't give me a reason to call you stupid. Your actions are stupid. Anytime you go in a meeting and keep up chaos and havoc, and then you get pissed off with somebody, call you what you're acting, then grow up and stop acting stupid. But what you will not do is get in my personal space, because that won't work out well for you. Now, share the video. You got an earful. Share the video.
Oh, we will.
This may have been altered in order to protect the privacy of individuals. Thanks for listening.
Shout out to Public Ops TV, y'all. Give Public Ops some love and make sure you go check out his channel, as well as Dear World Christian. Like I said, I'm gonna try to make sure I shout out to those the videos that I hopefully George Martin sees his, but try to get permission to utilize and whatnot, because I at least try to do the right thing. But if you be a butthole and you put something out and somebody else record over it, and then I use that video, well, then privatize it. Do what you gonna do. I will appeal it. Then.
I've been in this community, it'll be 17 years. I've been here for 17 years. And the 17 years I've been here.
If I could serve my country during this desert storm, if I could protect you while you sleep at night, then running a village is small chips compared to what we have been through and seen in this world. And if you have never been in those situations, you would never know or never understand.
I'm one of those middle-class working people. So what about us? Who focuses in on the middleman? Our middle-class working people that often get...
It sounds like a depressed Mickey Mouse. It sounds like Mickey Mouse that just had a very bad week. He just want to cry about it. Yeah, I love Public Ops. He has a way of editing these videos to where he doesn't have to say a whole lot. It's just these type of features and stuff just makes it hilarious. I love it.
Left out that often gets left behind because everybody's focusing on the seniors. What about us? And I'm a middle-class working person, so I can identify with them. And a lot of them are like, we often get left behind. Nobody ever speaks to us. We never see anybody come knock on our doors. What about us? And that's where my campaign has been focused on. Let's relieve the load of the middleman, because the middleman is the one that's footing the bill in America. The seniors, because majority of the seniors, they're on fixed incomes. The more the majority.
First of all, pick one. You either afford the seniors or you're not, because I'm sure those same seniors you're sitting here clowning as a collective are the same ones you wanted to vote for you. So how do you sit here and isolate a group of people that are voters that could have potentially voted for you with this nonsense? They're like, oh, hell, she don't care about no seniors. So what are you talking about? It's for the middle class. Like she's not close to becoming a senior. Kick rocks, girl.
Majority of them are retired, and the majority of all of them, at least 99% of them,
they get tax breaks. You know, because once you hit a certain age, you get a tax break. And one of my main focuses is bringing businesses into this village, getting that downtown area filled with businesses in other desolate areas that has a lot of empty spaces.
Am I the only one hearing this? Comment below.
And as you can see, straight ahead, this is downtown Dalton. And these are houses that people have called about. They have inquired about. They've written complaints about. And yet nothing.
This is insane.
So here is another set of houses that's been sitting in this village for God knows how long.
Did anyone give the address to where she was filming this at? Like, where is she? If this is like the only abandoned house on the block, let me tell you something. She really got to. You went and filmed the one bad house on the block. I'm looking at this, and I don't see like the houses I'm seeing in the purview behind that tree over here. They're not boarded up. I don't understand. Whose white truck is this? Then you got a pickup truck right here. Y'all see the little forklift thing in the back? If this is a house that she's sitting here trying to buy and paint, I'm gonna be real mad. You're trying to make it seem like all these houses are dilapidated and abandoned and in bad condition, and it's just starting to look like World War III, whatever. However you want to compare it to. It's ridiculous. If this is the only house on that block, I'm going to definitely keep clowning her. It's just stupid.
In this condition. And these set of houses is literally right behind downtown Dalton. So as you can see, the bottom of this house is taken away or eaten out by the rodents and the possums and the raccoons.
The possums and the raccoons.
Hey, Dan. Raccoons, possums. I wouldn't doubt it might be a body or something hid up in this stuff.
Why don't you go cut the damn grass there, girl? Listen, she's talking about possums and raccoons. Why you didn't sit here and mention your cousins, the turkey? You left out a whole slew of family members. You know, because chickens are related to certain other birds in certain ways. You could have named the flamingo. That's like the aunt. The turkey is like the cousin. A hen is like, you know, a niece or nephew. Like you left out a whole slew full of animals that are your neighbors. Your relatives.
That downtown area filled with businesses in other desolate areas that has a lot of empty spaces. Let's get businesses in here so it can relieve the load of the middle class working person. We have to just stop focusing in on seniors. Now, I love my seniors. I do, but we have to also focus in on the middleman, not the poor. It's not the, it's not the seniors, because majority of the seniors, they're all fixed incomes, more than majority.
This is something else.
And the majority of all of them, at least 99% of them,
never gave
they get tax breaks.
And I want to be very, very clear. Who's the last that's partner with us?
Yeah. Yeah, she want to be very, very clear that somehow she went around. I think that's what y'all was telling me. She drove around to record and take pictures of abandoned houses. And for what? For what? I want to be very clear. We got it. Thank you for making that clear. There is one abandoned house that you showed, maybe two. Great. In all of the village. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she was going to the same two in every video. This is coming from a chicken head that has no idea who services fire hydrants. I mean, seriously.
Loves to be partnered with. She loves this partner with me narrative.
You're well, Christian.
And yesterday, we actually came out, put the signs out, and of course, someone sent was it a medium height light skinned guy that was actually caught on camera still in the fine. So we see you, we got you on camera. So yeah, so anybody can come out again today. The police report has already been found. Yeah, like listen.
I'm sorry, where's that police report? Anybody seen this police report? Did she file a police report against the guy that ended up being an employee of the village and was picking up everybody's signs that were unlawfully placed down? You do not get to put signs down where you want. There is a reason why. There are rules and regulations on where signs should be placed when it comes to personal property, especially if you're near a road, a street, a bridge, those type places, because you want people to see the sign. So here's where she's not smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. If you are driving and the idea is for your attention to be captured, where the sign should be placed is at least at eye level. You can imagine the average height person sitting in a vehicle, whether it be a car, a truck, or SUV, or 18-wheeler, whatever. The concept is that the sign is visible where it does not take away the attention of that person driving. So if you're trying to get people to see your signs here, you would think that you would not put it so far down to the ground where if a driver is trying to look at the sign, now they're taking their eyes completely off the road. They're almost having to reach over to look down to see what the sign says. That's too much distraction for someone trying to damn drive. That is one of the reasons why those types of rules and regulations exist. It's for the safety of the people out there on the streets driving when you're putting signs along a street or a highway. So clock on. You just not going to win that. And like I said, if she does file a police report against that employee, I'm going to help him beat her ass in court so bad. It's not going to be funny. It's just something simple like that. Like, I'm not an attorney and I can put 2 and 2 together. There is no reason for a sign to be unlawfully placed, especially when it is going to pose a threat on a driver. And they're trying to look at something while they're driving behind the wheel of a car, a 2-ton vehicle at least. All just so they can see a sign on the ground that is completely out of their purview. And plus, it renders the signs futile. It's a moot point to post up these signs on the ground like that if no one can see them anyway. But no, too much to expectation to expect her to just use some common sense. God gave a chicken. So what? Yeah, they all got picked up, not just yours, all of them. She's so weird.
Campaign, let's look right way. You don't need to be stealing signs and doing all that crazy stuff.
No one stole her dumb sign.
Harrison, for trustee. So, for those of you that want to steal signs, point that camera over there. Smile, you're on camera.
Jeez.
And we got a full image of a young man that was caught taking the signs up.
Hi, camera.
All right, peace out. How you doing? You want a girl? Hey, girl.
This is the video from Dearwood Christian where she was at that dance and then literally said in the video, you see, people are here to support us in our campaign. They're not here for that. They're here to line dance, a square dance, boots on the ground, whatever. They had to dance and have a good time. You walked your happy black ass in there and you expected people to be there to support you in your campaign. That's what that had. That's what happened. It's worse.
Girl, there's a rally at the village town hall on
Sunday. Oh, Lord.
Bring 5 people.
Come on here. I just seen the up and down.
She thought Jason won. No. I was like, he won a primary.
No, he did not win.
Listen.
Yeah. Hold on. I love the ticket. I did.
That's okay.
I don't have a problem with it though.
Did y'all hear that?
So much down that we have had.
She said, I don't have a problem with her though. At least the lady wearing the white shirt just flat out said, you know, I voted for Tiffany. She voted for Super Stupid. No one's mad at her. I'm not mad at all. I feel indifferent to that because she could vote for who she want to vote for. Just like the 152 people that voted for Cornmeal. No one's mad at people voting for you. We're perplexed as to why you're treating people like crap. And then you don't have a platform. And on top of that, you're not even trying to come up with something because you think you can do it by yourself and not have a slate or a campaign leader or manager or somebody to help give you some advice on this. So now you think you've arrived. You think you know everything. And when people call out your nonsense, Now you're going to sit here and get mad and then throw around the word hate, forgetting the definition of that term. They're demeaning that word and trying to bring less value to it by saying whatever you say, even if it's constructive criticism, it's hate. You're just hating. Is that all you got? Is that all you got? You and your goon squad. Is that all y'all got? Oh, we say something that's pointing out her nonsense here. I'm using her stuff against her. And the best you can say is, y'all just hating. All right, whatever.
This little exchange right here, I think is.
All right, guys, we about to sign out. We out here campaigning. As you see, a lot of people came out to support us. We're going to be rallying Sunday at 1 o'clock.
We're out here campaigning. As you can see, a lot of people came out here to support us. Why are some of those goons over there that kiss her ass on that one platform is not telling her flat out, well, that's not true. They weren't there to support you in that campaign. Why not fact check her in real time? How about that? First of all, let's go back to her saying that she didn't have a problem with Super Stupid, which explains why she never said anything negative about it or even gave constructive criticism. The thing she said probably was something Super Stupid agreed for her to say, sort of along the lines of, y'all got rid of her. She's gone now. No. First of all, she will be gone from the village of Dalton as mayor after Jason House is sworn in. She still has to mid-May when Napoleon Harris gets sworn in. So she's not gone. And even after that, the FBI is coming for you, Super Stupid. They're coming for you. And no, we're not going to stop reporting because no one can tell us how we should be expressing our freedom of the press. No one can tell us what to report. No one's going to stop me from reporting on her. It is what it is. But something like this, I enjoy. I try my best not to give her too much attention. But when someone shows you who they are, I believe them.
Up at the Village Hall. So all of you that know anyone that wants to be a part of it, make sure you all show up. Make sure you all show up. Celebrate someone else.
Oh my God. So let me just skip forward because I started recording that portion of that video and I was like, I don't want to put that there. So we just skip ahead. We're gonna watch that part of the Facebook rant she did, but it's
I've been here amongst 4 different administrations, and I've yet to see no change other than things have gotten worse. So I decided that it's time for change. It's time for something new. Time out for all this politics and politicians and get some real people in office that's willing to do the work, that's going to do the work of the time I spent there, the time I've lived there, and to get to know a lot of the people, a lot of the neighbors and things of that nature. A lot of people really do love where they live. A lot of people have worked hard, they've sacrificed, they're paid for their homes, they're ready to retire, they're ready to enjoy life. And I don't think it's fair to put all this hard work, time, and energy into a space, and then someone comes along and just like literally rips it out from up under you.
Oh, sort of what you tried to do when you said that you were going to surrender the village of Dalton over to the state. Did she not say that? I know I'm not the only one. Mike. The National American Millers Association would like to clarify that Cassandra does not represent true cornmeal. Cornmeal is a good source of fiber and selenium and is low in sodium and fat. Oh man, Cecilia, it amazed me that he even ran with her and she didn't even know his name. Exactly. Kept calling him Harris. It's Harrison. Just add the O-N. Thank you, Lady Luck. Thank you, Laura. Look, I'm calling you me. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. Okay, she just gifted a membership. Oh, I hope you go to Mike. I love all you guys. I really just appreciate. There you go, Cecilia. I just really appreciate Mike though. So hopefully you'll be able to get one gifted. You two just need to cut this nonsense out. Randomly, come on. Okay. There you go, succeeding. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for gifting memberships. I want to definitely get as many supporters as I can to be a part of the LLC readers. That way you guys can enjoy that great content there. All right. Let's get going.
I mean, what sense does it make to work for years, to pay taxes, to pay a mortgage, to get the mortgage paid off, and now you're ready to kind of relax, and now here comes a large tax bill because you got politicians in office that's, I'm going to say it, just greedy, you know, constantly filling their pockets, not really concerned about the people. And now here you have a tax bill that's literally like another mortgage. You know, when you hit a certain area in life, you're like, okay, house is paid off. I know I have this tax bill, but I don't want a tax bill that's so high to the point that all this hard work and sacrifice that you did to pay this house off, now you can't even afford it because the taxes are so high.
Yeah, that's the same thing many people said when you say you were going to try to give away the entire village to the state. You're like, we didn't live here and work this hard to get to this point where you're going to come in and then just give it away. Are you kidding? Isn't she supposed to be a part of the community? I mean, why would she even want that? She's sitting here complaining about a tax bill, but not thinking about whatever she has invested. If you give away the village, one, I know there would have been some sort of kickback in this because she would not have just done it to do it. That would have been very, very spiteful and vengeful and vindictive to just give away the village and somebody like her not get a kickback or two. Because why else would she want to do that? That's not helping the village. People have been fighting to keep their homes and to get some good leadership in place. But yet you're too cowardly to say Super Stupid was in that position, is under FBI investigation, and did not present one receipt or invoice to show how some of this money was spent, especially from that $500,000 grant program. Not one receipt. It's like she's scared to say her name or to say something directly to her that is remotely critical. Because, you know, for reasons they think that you're hating them if you try to say something, point out their wrongdoing. Yeah, no.
Now, I've been there for 16 years, and I'm going to be honest. I really haven't seen much anything that anyone has really done, to be honest with you. It's like when I really sit and ponder on this thing and look at under the Shaw administration, the Raleigh administration, now the Henya administration, and I'm like, the most I've seen was, okay, a skating rink was built, but it's not for the people. But of course, the people paid for it. I've seen some little row houses built for veterans, and I really take offense to that because I'm a veteran myself.
Thank you for your service.
And you too as well, you know, shipmate.
All right.
And I'm thinking, if you're going to build a home for veterans, actually put veterans in there. I find it really offensive because when we served our time, while you slept that night, we're spending those 12 to 16-hour watches guarding the country so you can rest well at night.
I rest well at night knowing that my rights have still been protected and intact. What would disturb me is the concept of you actually attacking free speech and freedom of the press by getting mad at a post on a Facebook channel. That's baffling to me. So never mind the rights that we all have, not just you, that we all get to enjoy here. A lot of things said about me I don't like. Guess what? I turn it around. I laugh at it. I epically respond to it. And then I keep living and sleep peacefully at night. You're not the only veteran out there. It doesn't excuse your behavior either.
But you build an entity for the veterans, but the veterans are not in it. So I find it to be very offensive. And I just find it to be downright cruel.
Listen, guys.
Let me ask you a question. And if you live in Dalton, let me know who's doing that.
I'm going to reiterate. If you are confident in your candidate, it does not take all of the stealing signs and the slender and all the crazy stuff. Just
okay, because you're talking about three different things.
In your candidate, you know, you guys are really pissing off the residents by going on their properties and stealing the signs off and doing crazy stuff. What you're really doing? You're pushing more.
I would love to know who are the people that voted for her that got upset because of a sign. Because we already established they weren't stolen. If they were unlawfully placed, they were removed by an employee of the village. So who are these 152 people that are mad that somebody took a sign out their yard? And where's the proof on that? Where's that police report you promised us you would file against that employee that I am surely going to help that employee whoop your ass with in court? I'm going to give him all the information I can come up with just for getting on his nerve and hindering him from doing his job while you violate ordinances and regulations about a sign. Y'all see how this is so weird? This is so weird. Just the whole hypocrisy of it all. It's just laughable. This is why no one takes you seriously, chicken head.
Or votes my way by doing stuff like that. So,
that's the goal.
Word to the wise. Stop with the foolishness.
That's the
Lord.
Because if you're confident in who you are and confident in what you know, it doesn't take all of that. You don't see me out stealing signs and doing all kind of crazy stuff.
We don't actually see you at all. Right?
You guys are really pissing off the residents.
Why not stop by and give us some policies?
Off the residents. Who do you think they're going to vote for? If you're
not you
on their property, stealing stuff. Think about it. Stop with the foolishness. Can we mature and grow up? Like, seriously. That's all I got for you on today.
Oh, God.
It's like having surgery, cutting out cancer, but then you leave a small.
Yeah, I absolutely love the fact that Dear Work has so much content on her. Thank you, DWC, for letting me use your clips. I see the way I edited where he got out them quick witty remarks. It was just back to back to back. This woman is delusional. She is in some alternate reality with Super Stupid, the Goon Squad, Cookie Monster, the Hamburglar, and 16 chickens. She is trapped in an alternate reality. Holy Jesus. I don't think I witnessed this much of just a whole willingness to be this delusional. Aside from reading and learning about certain cults, because, this whole cult personality keeps spilling out everywhere, including in our government system, all levels. And people are winning elections because of cult-like personality, not because a person has a plan. And yet, she cries about banners with no platform.
All portion of the cancer in. So now that you have gotten rid of a chunk of the cancer, now we got to go back in and do surgery and get rid of all the cancer.
Oh, no.
And you leave house and just people in there because they're all part of the same team. And I don't give a flying who don't like it. And if you're going to come over and lurk and go back on your YouTube pages, men, women that want to be men that want to be women, or however you want to put it. Yes, I said it. Yeah, we at that point right there. At the end of the day, it's time to clean the whole house. It makes no sense to get rid of her and then you leave behind the rest of the poison. I
still don't understand who she was referring to or what she's talking about. I know she's tried to take a dig at me and my heterosexuality. But it ain't no in the hell you talking about me and that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't have Facebook. I don't give a damn what the hell you do. But if I want to make a video and laugh at it, I'm going to do just that. But I don't understand why you keep putting up videos and then get mad when people react and respond to it and give commentary. And no one is sitting here pretending like you're getting an interview. You won't get one from me.
I have no idea what she's ranting about.
These Democrats has ran Illinois into the ground. And I know a lot of you all are diehard Democrats because my grandmother was a Democrat, my mama was a Democrat, and this is how I voted. When I tell you, these folks are so crooked, so corrupt, it is unbelievable. I believe a lot of them will sell their mama for $1. I do believe that. So
I'll tell you this. I've heard this as well. And I'm
over. So now that you guys have gotten rid of Tiffany, now it's time to get rid of the house. It's time for him to go. Because I don't believe with my whole heart that he is good for this village. A lot of you all have been groomed to think that they have.
Based on what evidence? Based on what evidence? And why didn't you create a platform that, would actually serve as some good opposition to his? When she was asked that, her answer is, well, he didn't release his platform. Why should I release my ideas? Because that's how you campaign. It's a reason to get people to want to vote for you. You expecting them to vote for you on some sort of blind loyalty or blind trust? Something you have not earned? As a matter of fact, respect is something you utterly lost. Okay? You can't cuss everybody out, call people stupid, ignorant, dumb, retarded, all these other words you're using for voters that you still want to vote for you. Now, 152 people enjoyed that verbal abuse, but I don't know why. They're not that far out of reality, I hope. And if they are, Godspeed to all of you. Please go to Mars. Get off this planet. Take Super Stupid with you. Call Elon Musk. Tell him you need an order for a spaceship. So you and your friends and Cookie Monster and the Hamburger, all y'all can go out with the other 1,800 voices in your head and have your own planet to inhabit. To inhabit. Please don't forget, you need to get some sort of ecosystem kickstarted. You're gonna need air and water. But you don't have to dwell amongst us humans if you don't want to. It's your choice. It's your choice.
Have been the good guys that they have been fighting. Well, hell, they're the ones started the fight and created the fight. Keep recycling the same old politicians.
God.
Y'all are some of the most unlearned, uninformed people ever.
We're
you listen
unlearned.
to all this YouTube narrative and all this crazy stuff. Get to know people for yourselves. Get to check out their real character. Most of you all don't even know Jason House. You just going off what the YouTubers are feeding you.
Is the
They don't money well spent. They paid them to paint the narrative, and a lot of you all went right along with it. Not researching.
Wait, they paid somebody? Hold on now.
Not figuring this stuff out for yourself. As I said in that meeting, stop just going along with the narrative of things. And you have to be careful. You annihilated one person, but guess what you just did? You just left the door open for now the covers to be pulled off of you, sir. Because you're not clean either. You ain't clean. I don't care how you try to come off all silent and you know.
How is he not clean? I mean, can you present evidence, or are you just gonna keep on with this defamation? It's only so long that Jason is gonna be silent. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. He's not gonna keep taking hit after hit when there are weird ass extremists that are simply trying to attack him and these trustees' character, but can't say specifically what these people have done to them directly. Keanu even asked that. Did I say anything to you, to your face directly, especially about your child? Like, I think that's a fair question to compare apples to apples here. You're going to insinuate something about Keanu Belcher's daughter, and yet and still, Keanu never said anything to you, Cornmeal, about your daughter. Never. That woman has no reason to talk to you face to face, one on one. Neither do the rest of us. Still, what Christian is just being nice.
Minus the devil is a lie. You just as crooked as the one that you just got rid of.
You and the devil are a lie.
Why leave it in so it can grow? Exactly. People work too hard for their houses. People work too hard for what they get to let these politicians just sit up and make a decision over your life. They're hollering, we want the good residents to get involved. Well, God damn it, I am involved. I'm running for mayor. Guess what? I'm running to make a true change. I ain't got no hidden agenda. I ain't got no unnecessary promises and all this stuff. I ain't promising nobody nothing. Only thing I promise is to do a good job and to clean the whole house, to get rid of all of this corruption.
Thank you, Angry Christian. You fake deaconess. Why are you sitting here cussing that dang on hard? And yet you take offense to chicken head and cornmeal. Is no one going to sit here and get on her about saying that profanity right there? I don't even think I've even said that on my platform, and I've used a few good cuss words. I mean, is no one going to check her on that? No fact checking real time on it? Okay.
I'm ready for fight.
I'm not saying everybody. I'm talking about her goons.
But we gotta do better, people. We gotta do better. These Democrats is running you all into the ground, and you always vote and putting them in. Look at the mayor in Riverdale. He has an actual indictment waiting to be sentenced, and these ignorant folks put him right back in office. And talk about, oh, we want to change. We as black.
He was unchallenged. He didn't have an opponent. You know, perhaps you should have taken your ass over there and ran for mayor, and probably had a better chance of winning that. I mean, you don't seem to care about the village of Dalton anyway. If your plans were really deep down, what's to give it away to the state? So you obviously, for you to even say that and let that come out of your mouth, it's proof that you didn't give a damn. So why not just go somewhere else and you go run for mayor somewhere else? Just get the hell on. The village of Dalton will not miss you, including 152 people. They won't miss you.
People are so gullible because somebody come bring you a turkey or a loaf of bread. You think that is community service. Well, they bringing you stuff that your taxes have already paid for.
Is she referring to
when I sat down and looked at the thing with the taxes, the amount of money that us taxpayers are paying out, a lot of these positions, I don't even think people are actually even feel these positions. But when you look at that tax bill and you look at the amount of money that's going out,
what position?
I don't even have kids in the school system. Why am I paying taxes for Riverdale schools? I live in Dalton. Why? But this is the way they have this stuff set up. And then you get a tax bill.
You're talking about something on a bigger scale here. Really? I mean, that's not. Can we talk about the fact that Jason House has not been sworn in yet? And what was her plan to actually eliminate taxes to go to schools from people who don't have kids or do not live in a certain district or village or county where the tax dollar is going to? You're talking about the tax dollars going to a school. Don't you want the kids to learn? Don't you want to help ensure, at least if tax dollars are spent anywhere, it should be in a school? It should not be on first class trips to Las Vegas. Mic drop. It should not be traveling the world, going to Washington, D.C., super stupid, doing a live stream and making a complete ass of yourself. It should not be on trips to Texas or Atlanta or anywhere else, or dining at these restaurants where it's $50 just for an entree. The meat is $100. It's insane amount of money they're spending on food. Like, no one cooks. That's if you're gonna say that, why don't you say that towards your bestie? You're going out your way to avoid from saying her name. That's how much of a coward you are. You're a coward. So yeah, the hypocrisy, the narcissism, the cowardice, more reasons why no one takes you seriously. Just hit it
$6,000. The average person cannot afford that. When your mortgage then jump from $1,500 to $2,500, that's a lot of money.
Okay.
And then you are constantly getting phone calls from these investors because of the land grab. They say, you know what? Investors like, all right, let them dig the dams, let them continue.
I'm sorry. So
sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to put up this post. This is by this point, dear old Christian was even sick of it. He is just definitely patient. Good morning. This is Chicken Head. I would love to have a conversation with you. Y'all, this is on January 24th of this year at 7:20. And I'm assuming it's military time, so that could be AM. I don't know where she left this at. I don't know if it was a Facebook post or email or comment in the video, but she sent this to Dear Woke Christian. I would love to have a conversation with you. I've seen your videos on YouTube and also subscribe to your channel. Look at PWC. She was a fan. You're a fan. You're a fan. You're a fan now. Thank you for your positive energy amongst all of the negativity that we're dealing with. Feel free to call me at, and then of course he blocked out a number. Thank you in advance. Okay. So when he asked you, just what? A month or so later, 2 months later, to go and have coffee with him when he was up there in Dalton. You're trying to sit here and put on a show for a platform that you completely disrespected, that the host allowed you to do. Talking about, don't thank you. I'm not even trying to go out something, his messy ass. And then called him a name. But you reached out to him. Why didn't that YouTuber show this comment of you reaching out to him? So, goons are going to be goons.
I'm out here at one of the polling places. So for those of you that has not voted yet, this is the last day. This is the actual election day. And as you can see, my opponent is out here with the firefighters. And I said it's interesting how they come out in politics, but we have fire hydrants that I've been on my block for 17 years that has never been serviced. But they can come out in politics, and I want them to come over so bad so I can ask them, when do you service the fire hydrant?
It's still funny.
I've seen all the firefighters out here politicking, which they probably shouldn't be, endorsing their candidate.
They probably shouldn't.
When was the last time they serviced the fire hydrants? They couldn't answer it. But they want to make sure their contracts get signed so they can get their pensions and their money. But never seen them in the community. The 17 years I've been on my block, I've never seen them come service a fire hydrant. Ever. But
just because you don't see it don't mean they didn't do something with it. And that's for public works. I think, because this video is old, so we already kind of covered that. But you're talking some nonsense about something you still don't know fundamentally the basics about. Like even if they're doing something to it, this is why you have inspectors that are certified to do that. So if a firefighter misses something, then you have that contingency. First of all, it should be the public works dealing with it first, and then maybe the firefighter go behind that. But that's not their primary duty. They're out busy fighting fires and helping to use the jaws of life to get people trapped in cars from a car accident or answering to a 911 call. You could have a medical emergency and the firefighters will show up most times. So they have the right to vote. They have the right to congregate and speak to whomever they want to. They weren't on duty. And this is part of their community. They didn't want to vote for you. Get over it.
But they want to make sure they get their bids in. So they make sure they get those contracts and they make sure they keep their pensions. but yet fail to do their jobs.
Ally used nearly identical reasoning to try to get one of...
Yeah, because she thought that firefighters work off of contracts as vendors when they're actual city or local government employees. No, they work for the village. They work for the village of Dalton. They're not contracted. There's a difference between a contract with a vendor and a collective bargaining agreement or a union when it comes to the police department and firefighters, nurses. There's several sectors that have unions and have collective bargaining agreements. Why isn't that she's not doing her research on something, but wants us to look up and read and research? So you want us to do all the reading for you, is what I'm hearing.
Of the candidates running against Henyard in the Dalton mayoral race off the ballot. Cassandra Hobson George.
Are you willing to bring businesses in? Are you willing to help the residents out? Are you willing to bring your resources in to help us out? And the answer is no, I'm not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she never cared to begin with. She never cared to begin with. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this video available to the members. This is where she sat here and tried to insinuate anything about me. I don't need to know you to know that you're a horrible person. I don't need to know you for that. Even someone pointed it out. So yeah, I wonder why I sat here and said, I'm gonna make fun of it all day, every day. But look, if you buck, if you think you're gonna extort me. There's reasons. This is what they do. This is what they do. Yeah, let's get to this part.
You guys, have I ever said anything to you? I've heard it all. Have I ever said anything to you? I've heard it all. Even with your nasty looks, I've heard it all. So now that wouldn't change the 152 votes you got. Okay, thank you.
Let me hold on.
Forget about what you see on the internet. Get to know me for who I am. Sit down and have a conversation.
Let me go back because that was epic.
I don't know her sexuality. Okay.
I'm not. You saying you guys. Have I ever said?
First of all, I want to thank A Knowles and Succeeding and Laura for coming to my defense on that, because I had not seen that person's videos in a minute, and I had no interest in figuring out what was going on over there. This was sent to my attention, and I saw that video on Money Boy Trey. Is it Money Boy Trey? Or Money Boy Trey something. But that's China I got it from. Once again, you're posting content on a public platform. My content gets used all the time. It's in my analytics. I can see exactly who's using my content. So that is to expect that, and you leave it public. It's laughable to me. But I still didn't use it from that person. You decided to let this horrible woman come on your platform, destroy your credibility and integrity, even call people retarded, stupid, dumb, idiots, and all this other stuff that lived there. And they just took that verbal abuse like it was something funny. And she did nothing to stop her. Yeah, you want to sit here and be cowardly when it comes to someone using the word retarded on your platform. And the response is, I apologize. I don't agree with that. I'm not using it to talk about your disability. I'm saying it in terms of people being stupid and dumb. I don't give a damn exactly what type of definition you trying to twist up with it. Don't use that word on my platform. There you go. You're welcome. I just helped you out with getting some nerve in the spine. You're welcome. There you go. That would irritate anyone. I would not. I hope my mods would see something like that and remove it. I would never bring someone like her on my platform anyway. But the whole nonsense with this, there are a whole lot of other YouTubers that sat down and did videos on you and they clowned the hell out of you. But the only two people you mentioned in this is me and DWC. So now, like DWC said earlier in his live stream, I dare you to sit here and call out every single YouTuber that ever did a video or content with you in it or commentary about you. Call them all out. See how bold you are. I will. Oh man, include Hannibal in that. Make sure you get Hannibal is hungry. Make sure you get Pink Book lessons. She gonna chew you up. Messy, Michonne, yeah. Name them and play the video clips. Good idea, Dirt Woke Christian. Play the video clips and name them. Since you want to sit here and call somebody something and you want to come after me and Dear Woke Christian, now get all the YouTubers. Because let me tell you something. One thing we're gonna do is band together and clap back, and it's going to be epic. Then you'll really be mad. I don't even care now. Imagine if all the YouTubers get called out and we all come together and we give her an epic clap back. Child, please. She will delete every page on every social media that she ever had. Yeah, go ahead. Make my day with that and name all the YouTubers. It's more than 2 or 3 of us.
Anything to you.
I've heard it all.
Have I ever said anything to you?
I've heard it all. Even with your nasty looks, I've heard it all.
So now we're talking about looks.
In the campaign.
That wouldn't have changed the 152 votes you got.
Okay, thank you.
Forget about what you hear on social media. Forget about what you see on the internet. Get to know me for who I am.
Yeah, I didn't clip the whole thing, but I just had to just make sure that was in there because it was just epic. It's epic. That wouldn't have changed the 152 votes. Okay, thank you. Kiss my ass. And Kiana's and her daughters and everybody else that you sat down and disrespected. They expected her not to clap back, just dogging her out. And Kiana has not done anything wrong to them personally. Not one thing. And yet, these are the people that you want me to give grace to? For what? For what? Now, I'm here to sit here and laugh at her for a good hour.
I am. Sit down and have a conversation with me. I'm an open book. I have an eye. Yeah, I'm an open book.
My next question, I have to ask you this. The meetings can be a bit wild sometimes. Do you go to meetings? If so, why or why not?
I go to the meetings, but I'm the type of person, I like to be productive.
She does not go to meetings. That's
one thing about time, and I'm getting older. You got to maximize every moment. So when I go to these meetings, and a lot of times I feel like they're a waste of time because you get nothing accomplished. So sometimes it's like, I'd rather have a hammer in my hand or I'd rather have my chef.
The answer, Regina Waldrop, that you were seeking is no. She does not go to meetings. And the 2 she's gone to, the one that we all can remember was the one where she left early talking about someone got in her face. And yet and still ran away from the scene like a criminal. Like she just stole a 12-count box of donuts or eggs.
Jacket on, I'd rather be producing. So I'll go to the meetings, but when it's not productive, I can find something else to be doing. Yeah, I'd rather come out and cut the grass.
The last 2-3 good meetings have been very productive because your bestie homegirl was not there. Oh, we thank you. You kidding? All the progress has been made within a good month or so since her epic loss, that landslide lose. Yeah, they've gotten a lot done. This is the sign of someone that's being disingenuous, that is completely full of shit, that's lying, and sitting here talking about, yeah, I go to meetings, but if they're too messy, I don't do. You don't go. She said she's been at 16 years. Has she ever been to a meeting prior to her running in 16 years? This is for the people that live there, that's been living there for at least 16 years. And you've gone to most of the meetings. Have you ever seen her in 16 years of her having residence there go to a meeting? Seriously. I'll wait. I'm curious. Kiana, she did. She's in there looking like a bunny. I'm a survivor of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Cassie throwing around the veteran card is so irritating. Does anyone have proof of her service? Well, that one YouTuber that kisses her ass, allegedly fact checked it and said that she did see her DD-214, but it might be hard to find when she has like 17 aliases. It might be a bit challenging, but if someone, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm not gonna look for it. I'll look for the taxes that she allegedly owed that I heard of earlier. I'll look for the evidence on that. But the veterans are gonna get on her, and some of them die hard. They love this country, and they're not going to even tolerate the slightest bit of disrespect from another veteran. Hell no. Hell no. Now I want y'all to check this out, what she says.
The whole block. Then to be sitting in a meeting and watching them argue and fight back and forth and point the finger, and at the end of the meeting, nothing gets accomplished.
And who suffers?
The residents.
Super stupid.
When I'm in the car, I'm there at the house. I'm getting it done. Because that's just the type of person I am. I'm military. You know, we don't just sit around and we go out in the field and we get it done.
What branch?
Navy.
How many years?
I was in 6 years. I did 4 reserve, and then I finished out, 4 active, and then I finished out with the reserve. I was in doing the Gulf War.
Thank you for yourself.
You're welcome. So after that Gulf War, I'm like, I love my country, but I love me more.
So,
did y'all hear that? I love my country, but I love me more. These diehard veterans are gonna be leaving all kinds of comments in your videos. You love yourself more than your own country? Because there's some diehards out there. It just sounds very arrogant and cocky and self-absorbing, and it just so easily just came up out of her, as if she ever cared. If she's talking about people in a village, calling them stupid, dumb, retarded, and idiots, and all this stuff, I'm not inclined to believe that she actually values the military, the U.S. Constitution, any level of law, regulation, rule, or anything, or the people that vote and their rights. You want a whole page to come down on Facebook where they have the freedom of expression, freedom of the press, all because you don't like what they're saying. Garrett, you chicken head snowflake.
So, okay, I get phone calls yesterday. I get phone calls left and right from people leaving messages, asking questions with their concerns about things that's going on in the village. You guys voted otherwise. So since you voted otherwise, I will not step in the way of your elected officials. You guys are going to have to go to these meetings. You guys are going to have to ask them the questions that you are asking me. I am not your mayor. You did not elect me as your mayor. So therefore, your concerns.
Therefore, she never cared.
Are not my concerns. So whatever issues that
she never cared.
You guys are going to have to take this up at the meetings when they have the monthly meetings. You're going to have to go ask your trustees. You're going to have to go ask your mayor. All of that good stuff. The questions that you're asking me, because
she did insult Regina Waldron.
Like, I'm just being honest. Like, the village of Dalton is no longer my concern or my issue. Now, yesterday, there was an incident where there was a new neighbors that moved in.
Wow.
And the neighbors have these huge people that they let freely walk around. Now, I saw the guy.
Yeah, I'm playing this because this whole dog thing is going to come up again. It's a reason for me doing this. I'm sorry about it. The sound of it just a little staticky. I don't know if it could be my video. My bad. I'm seeing this right here. This comment right here is priceless. Martin pulled up her voting record and it almost non-existent. She never cared about her community. So there's proof of her voting record on Martin G. Johnson's channel. And she wants to make it seem like she cares about the community when she doesn't even want to vote in her community. Yeah, you see, this is why is it that those so-called goons that claim to be her friend won't tell her the truth and fact check her in real time? But you want YouTubers to keep reporting on everything else except the hypocrisy is when she wants us to do this. You ask for it, you're gonna get it. You ask for this attention, you getting it, you catching it. Listen to this dog thing come up.
Literally let the dog out the house, and he goes in the house, and he looks back at the dog, and he tells the dog, stay, sit. Now, anybody in their right mind and common sense know that if you leave a dog outside, they're not just going to sit in the yard, they're going to roam around. Watching this dog, like, literally chase people down, like, in straight attack mode.
Okay, I can't take this.
Certain neighbors that I know, now, listen, and I'm saying everybody is not going to be for you. I knew some were going to vote for me and some voted for House. But here's my thing, and here's my philosophy. If you voted for the other candidate, you don't get to call me, my phone, and bog me down with your issues and your concerns. You get to call your elected official. So everybody's calling me about the dogs. People are sending me pictures about certain houses on their blocks, asking me if I would post the pictures of the house or do a video concerning these houses, because they want to know what is going to happen with these houses, what's going to happen with the issues with the dogs and things running loose. And I'm like, this is my response and my answer. Call your elected officials. These these are the people that you pay to sit in office. These are the people that you pay to correct the problems and correct the situations. This is no longer an issue for me or no longer my concern. And I'm just being honest with y'all. And I don't give a flying how anybody feels about it.
She don't give a flying what?
Working, doing what I do, minding my business. Like I said, I do my head in the race and try to help the people in the village. You all didn't want the help. So deal with your choice. Because you guys got to stop making these choices. And then they don't live up to your expectations. And now you're back mad at the world again. So no, baby, you don't have to deal with your choices. But anyway, get back to the story with the dog. Now I'm watching this dog.
Name the person that you were talking to, telling her to accept her choice when Jason House has not even been sworn in yet, you clown. What a goof troop she is. You know, chicken head has much to say about you. And I can keep going on with the names for days. It doesn't take away from the fact that you literally are just the dingiest, most narcissistic Tiffany 2.0 anything that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. It's almost ridiculous. It's ridiculous how she tries to act like super stupid. It's ridiculous. Who are these people that you said go to your person you voted for? How would you know if that person voted for Jason House? Were you asking them when they call you? All right, you've reached Cornmeal. Did you vote for me or Jason House before we continue with this call? How would you know that? Nah, you can't call me because you didn't vote for me. You know, I just want to make that clear. All right, deuces. What the hell? Who would know that? Like, if someone called me, the first thing I don't ask is, did you vote for a Republican or a Democrat? That's not a normal topic of discussion. That's not a question people normally ask. You lost. You lost. You lost. Like hell, you lost. So someone calling you because you claim you care about the community. You wanted to be out there in the spotlight. You purposefully put out nonsense so that people can pay attention to it. You're the one that said, you know, being nice wasn't working, so I had to try to do something else. Okay. So now you're going to eat those words. But this is insanity. This is insanity. Jason House hasn't even been sworn in. And you're telling people you might want to accept your vote. Wait, how you know I voted for him?
Literally chase neighbors down. And so I called the police. I said, all right, let me call the police department and have them to go give the neighbor a warning and let them know, or either give them a citation and let them know that you cannot have this dog running loose.
Oh, my God's sake.
Call the police department. And the dispatcher tells me, oh, well, the dog police, you know, they're understaffed and they got other more major issues that they have to deal with. What's more major than a damn dog mauling a human being to death? So I call back again. This is 10-15 minutes later, and I'm standing here watching this dog just run rampant. And I'm making loud noise, hoping that the neighbor would have enough common sense to come outside and get the dog. Now, the way the fence is made, the dog just walks in and out of the fence. So if you're going to put the dog in the yard, at least put some form of chain or something up, whereas the dog cannot get out of the gate. So I'm watching.
Yeah, I'm going to call it bluff right now. I'm going to tell you why. I got it. I just got it. Epiphany. She records everything else, including abandoned homes. She's quick to record everything else, including abandoned homes, threatening to have an employee that removed unlawfully placed signs to be, I guess, charges pressed, talking about you on that camera. He probably went back and said, hey, camera, I work here. She records everything else. She'll record a fire hydrant and record firefighters still not paying her any attention. But she didn't take time to record this damn dog. Does that make sense to anybody? This is a person who is sitting here talking about, look at this house. Look at my signs gone. But she didn't take time to pull out her phone and record this alleged dog. Seriously? We calling your bluff, Cornmeal. Of all the things to record, I think that would be a lot more interesting to see than a fire hydrant that is doing nothing wrong to you. That's like Squidward beating up a TV. You out here attacking the fire hydrant. She attacking the damn fire hydrant. Talking about, look at you, just sitting there red. You're not even probably working. Might need to be serviced. Let me check the inspection. You just sitting here aggravating the fire hydrant. Poor defenseless fire hydrant. Can't fight back, can't respond back, can't do nothing but sit there in the ground and just let you record it. You're taking all your angst and your anger and vitriol out on a fire hydrant. You want to get mad. You get mad when we laugh at your clown ass about this chicken head. You get mad at that. Or you get mad about someone calling you cornmeal. Or crash out, whatever. You just crashed. Crash dummy is in full effect. This is insanity. Why do you record the dog next time? Just record the damn dog. It's just ridiculous. Oh, Lord have mercy. Record everything else, but not the damn dog that is allegedly a concern for a few people there to warrant even someone carrying a golf club. That was the reason, right? But no one wants to record the dog on video. No one thought to call animal control. What the hell? Oh, what the hell?
Out of people's yard, up and down the side of the houses. God. Everybody that gets out of the car or people that walks down the block, the dog is like approaching them and running towards them, charging them. So as I said, I called the police department. It's like, okay, well, we'll get someone to come out. I know this is 10, 15 minutes later. I call back again. And so the lady tells me, well, you know, they're understaffed, which is not my problem. I mean, this is why we pay taxes. Then you hire enough fucking police officers to be able to man whatever it is that you need to man.
You know what? To the defense of the Dalton Police Department, which is something I never do. Those officers are being indicted one by one. So that might affect the workforce a little bit. To everyone else that uses a brain and common sense, except Cornmeal and her goons, please be patient with the Dalton Police Department because they're being indicted one by one. All right. The chief went fathead potato. Then William Reed just called it. You know, I'm sure there are a few more to come because it seemed like they were just sitting around teaching each other how to commit bankruptcy fraud and nothing else. So to their defense, they're too busy being indicted and going to prison. They're not worried about the damn dog. Question is, why didn't you call animal control? You who's supposed to be so smart and just superior to everyone else. Oh, okay.
I don't want to hear about we don't have enough police officers. That is not our problem. This is why we pay taxes. And then she goes to say, well, you know, they have.
I want them to go to prison if they need to go.
So I said to the lady, I said, listen, and I'm quite sure you know who I am. You recognize my number, you recognize my name, and you know that I just literally ran for mayor. So here's my philosophy.
I guarantee you she didn't know that.
Officer out here on this block within the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna have every fucking news media known to man on this block. And I'll let them videotape the fucking dog eat somebody.
Great. Why didn't you do that?
So because I had to put it in that form, then guess what? Here's the police showing up on the block, knocking on the neighbor's door. And I'm like, and not only give them a warning, he'll be ready to write out a citation.
You know what I'm gonna do? If anyone can, please do a FOIA request for that police officer that went out to that alleged call involving this imaginary dog. You know what? I'm so glad she said this in a whole ass video. She said she called the police. Guess what that should be? Should be body camera footage, a police report, and perhaps dash cam footage with the police. Problem solved. See, we call your bluffs. We call your lies out. Because you failed to record a dog yourself. So guess what? Now we're going to get the police body camera footage as a FOIA to see what the hell happened. Just to keep laughing at your clown ass. You kidding me? Yeah. You talking about I'm trying to invalidate you or whatever the term you use. I don't care. I don't care what term you use. At the end of the day, you're proving that yourself. You don't need my help. You're doing it all to yourself. You failed to record the damn dog. You called the police twice. That police operator probably didn't care who you were. They're not even supposed to know who you are calling Because what if someone calls in and they do recognize their voice, but that person wants to remain anonymous? They're trained to not care about that because you don't want anyone to think that someone calling the 911 is getting preferential treatment, which is exactly what you were trying to get. You wanted to get preferential treatment. That's why you told this person, the operator, you know, you know who I am. You got my phone number. I just got through running for mayor, and I'm gonna have the news out here. Bring them. I'm sure Regina Waldrop would have been like, I guess. She would have looked at that and be like, all right, I guess I'll donate 5 minutes to this. Like, why get the news if you fail to call animal control? Everybody else is being called except the people who need to be called. Great. No animal control, but she called the damn police that's understaffed to address an issue about a dog that she could have easily got animal control to address and recorded the damn thing herself. So, yep, now we're getting the police body camera footage. I said, you know what? I am going to try to get that police report she filed against this so-called employee that pulled up her banners. Let me not say so-called. The employee that so-called pulled up her banners and her signs. Yeah, I'm going to try to get that police report too. Because you're sitting here trying to also weaponize an entire police department to bend to your will on stupid shit. And yes, I said it. My channel, like it, just use a cuss word. It makes no sense. Hey, Mike, he said, Lady Luck Club, you know, if there was a vicious dog, she would have loved to give that footage to the news media. Exactly. She would have recorded it. She would have recorded it. Now you have left it out there in the cosmos for several people to request body camera footage of this officer that came out to see this alleged doggy woggy. Because none of that makes sense. None of it. This is just, to me, it's just common sense here. I know I would have recorded the dog. And then would have been able to say, hey, like you just said, Mike, I have a video of this dog being vicious. Here's a video. Please go get that dog and do something with it. They would have instantly said, okay, we'll contact animal control. I mean, they can't take the dog back to the station like that. So they would have called animal control either way. And I'm sure they told her to do that. This is what happens when you lie like hell. You're leaving information out of it because otherwise, this story makes no damn sense. Just like the one that's coming up next about dogs too.
Because you don't allow a freaking pit bull just to be running loose.
Oh, it's a pit bull?
Someone like Tina walking around with a golf club because you got fucking pit bulls running loose.
I would have assumed a Doberman.
I'm literally sitting here watching the dog just run up and down the block, damn nearly trying to maul anybody that they would come in contact with. But this is the type of stuff we're talking about. So now people want to ask me, well, why don't we have animal control? Well, that's a question from Mr. House.
No, it's
back to business as usual. Now people are asking about the houses. Well, what are they going to do about the houses? Well, hell, I don't know. And I understand.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
See, we got to stop voting people in and then
just
run up and down the block, damn nearly trying to maul anybody that they would come in contact with. But this is the type of stuff we're talking about. So now people want to ask me, well, why don't we have animal control? Well, that's a question from Mr. House. This is Belcher. This is Norwood. This is Roman, Mr. Holmes, and Mr. Brown, or Tammy, whatever her name is. That's a question for your elected.
Why is that not a question still for Super Stupid, who's still sitting in that position until May 3rd or 5th? I'm sorry, why didn't the issue of these dogs get brought up to Super Stupid last year? This is the cornmeal and the goons. Why didn't you all address these things with Super Stupid again? Weren't y'all supposed to be her best friends and stuff? You know, her teammates. They go out and have coffee downtown in Village of Dalton somewhere and just talk about ways to dog out the trustees. Like, why is it that you're not directing this energy to Super Stupid? And exactly what is the plan to get the animal control, other than getting animal control up and running? That how is that something that the trustees handle? I'm curious to know that. Wouldn't the current mayor be the one that's responsible for making sure animal control exists? Okay. But she didn't take that energy to her. Oh, okay.
The officials. See, we got to stop voting people in.
The hypocrisy is just
we're back to business as usual.
Mind
now people
blowing.
are asking about the houses. Well, what are they going to do about the houses? Well, hell, I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. I had a solution to fix those houses. You guys didn't want it. You said you wanted Clean House 2025. So here's the thing. Stop calling my phone because I don't have answers for you. And hell, listen, that's not my headache. That's not my problem. I am at peace over here. So listen, if I decide that I want to do a video about the houses, then I'll continue to do videos about the houses. But in the meantime, what you residents need to do, you need to go to the meetings and you need to have your questions written down and you need to make these people be held accountable. Now, some of the people that I talk with, I had to ask the question, why did you vote for it? Well, because, and here's the number one thing. Well, they were fighting against Tiffany. They were, and
wait a minute. You're asking people why they didn't vote for you. Why did you vote for Jason House? You know people trying to get rid of Super Stupid. But yet you don't want to even accept the fact that 2 + 2 is 4. Because this concept of misappropriation of funds is all about mathematics. It's not even that complicated. See, I don't have a problem talking in this manner to this chicken head like this because all she does is talk to people in some condescending, arrogant fashion. And yet she can't handle it when it's dished out to her because no spine, no backbone, delusion. Her mind left us a long time ago. I think she's been mentally sitting somewhere on Jupiter for many, many, many weeks. You want somebody, the trustees do something about a loose dog, but didn't confront Super Stupid with it, who's still the mayor until Monday. Like why she didn't help her friends out and get rid of the dog like she did with all these weird ass contractors that never got RFPs or agreements signed to get all of those thousands of dollars that she paid for them to do nothing. A roof, a door, a skating rink. That's not even operable. Great. 1.4 million down the drain. Why didn't you do a video about that?
And now we want to know why isn't she in jail? Well, what has she been charged with? This is the question you all have to ask. I said you all went off of that narrative that the trustees and we're just fighting against Tiffany and everything is about Tiffany. And now you guys have real issues and real concerns. So Tiffany is no.
She was the issue. She literally single-handedly brought on many, many issues by her damn self. You won't say her name, but you'll try to blame everything on the trustees. When she told you all flat out, I'm the mayor. People come here to see me. You ran on my ticket. You ran on my ticket. If you didn't like it, you could have beat me, but you can't. They did. See what happens when you speak too damn fast, super stupid, and mispronounce many, many words and have no concept of what you're saying in the first place? Yeah, karma is something else. That's why I ran around my house and celebrated and blessed God when she lost. Because you sat here, you was arrogant for almost 3-4 years. Talking about no one can beat you. Now you got Cornmeal sitting here mad and bitter because she lost like hell as well. Good grief.
No longer in the picture. Now what? So you're going to have to ask your elected officials. Go to those meetings and ask them, what are they planning to do about the issues that you guys have? This is what your tax dollars is paying for. You. But you don't get to call my phone. You don't get to be blowing my phone up. You don't get to be asking me, what is wrong with this? Then I had some people call, well, we saw that he put the sign up. We saw that he put his name up. Well, you got to ask him that because I'm wondering how you put a sign up and you haven't even been sworn in as a mayor. But
okay, so you acknowledge that he hasn't been sworn in as the mayor, and yet you want people to go to him as if he's the mayor. Yeah. Is this double speak making sense? Yo, it's like she's speaking in riddles just for fun. You know what? You go to him and talk to the trustees and all that other stuff. You know, y'all voted for him. And then 16 seconds later, I don't know why he has a sign up on the building yet. He hasn't even been sworn in. Okay, so why tell people to go talk to him about something that it might be better off for a mayor to at least ensure is implemented? This is so hypocritical. All I can do is laugh at it. I can't take it seriously. All I can do is laugh. This is just the hypocrisy on steroids. Y'all, this is priceless. So every time she does a video about a house, now you all know what to say in her comment section. Why don't you go to the meetings and address this to your mayor? Why keep making videos complaining about things and not offer a resolution? Why not sit here and say, you know what? I have an idea on how we can rebuild the animal control facility and ensure that some of these dogs are taken off the street, maybe rehabilitated and trained, and then become a part of a family. Unfortunately, if something has to happen, if they're untrainable or whatever's going on, let's ensure that they, rest peacefully, permanently. Like, why not go to the meetings and voice your concerns about those houses? You never did that in 4 years. Never went to a meeting, said anything about the houses, the grass, cutting the lawn, and none of this stuff. Didn't say anything about that. But yet you want everybody else to go run and bog down the trustees, and for what? Some of this stuff they don't even handle. This is how ridiculous she is. You're her and her goon squad, like I said, they have so much venom and animosity towards these trustees to where it's like they don't even use common sense in the most simple situations. Just lack judgment all over the place. This is what happens when chicken head don't have a brain.
Before you get sworn in as mayor. Like,
why would you say that?
You get sworn in and then start changing out stuff. So ask them how much of your tax dollars.
Why would you say someone could die before they get sworn in? What the hell? But yet calling her cornmeal is just too much. What?
We saw that he put his name up. Well, you gotta ask him that because I'm wondering how you put a sign up and you haven't even been sworn in as a mayor. But you're putting signs up saying that you're the mayor.
But you're attacking him like he's the mayor.
Like, you can't wait until you actually get sworn in and then start changing out stuff. So
no,
how much of your tax dollars paid for them new signs, whatever? These are questions that.
What about the bags and boxes
that I don't care to research and get answers for? You guys are going to have to ask your elected officials. Go to the meetings. Ask those questions. Address your concerns. As I had stated before, it makes no sense
for
businesses to come into the community and they're not paying their fair share of taxes or they're not paying into the pot. But it's okay for the residents to go to these businesses and patronize them and spend their money with them, and then they don't put money back into the pot. Now, a lot of these businesses, if they go into the white folks' neighborhoods, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be paying those taxes because those communities want that money coming back into those communities. But only in the black folks area, you allow all these people to come in. You give them class A's, you give them tax breaks. They're not paying into the system. And folks are showing me their tax bill. I don't want to see your tax bill. This is an issue with the county clerk. This is an issue with your elected officials. It is no longer my concern.
Wasn't she once upon a time a business owner? Didn't she want tax breaks too? The hypocrisy of this is staggering. This is common sense. If you're a business owner and you know that you might not make as much money as the Coca-Cola company, but you start your own little mom and pop soda shop, yeah, you're going to want a tax break. You're saying something like it's a bad thing to get tax breaks so that you can operate your business, hire staff, and have your business grow and make some money. But to sit here and say, I was a business owner and it caterer, chef, cookie making, whatever the hell she did, rolling up bologna and crackers and cheese on a tray. And she claimed to have all these businesses. Part of her whole complaint was about property taxes, and mortgages in the houses. So you're saying that these businesses now, including yourself, even small businesses, should not get tax breaks. Got it.
I sleep good at night. I don't have I don't have to deal with nagging residents. I don't have to go to those meetings, hear all you all's complaints and issues. I just don't. When I sign on to do it, you all say we don't want your services. So what do you expect me to do? I'm a resident just like you are. So I want to sit back and see what they are planning on doing as far as bringing this village out of debt, improving the village, getting rid of all these dilapidated houses, and building this community back up. So these are questions for your elected officials. Now, the only reason why I called about the dog, because I have a family, and they come in and out of the house, and I don't want to see the dog attacking any one of them. But
yeah, the KFC chicken and the Popeyes mascot, they just couldn't handle it. They was like, we running around smelling crispy good. We're making the entire block around here smell like a chicken factory. We can't have these dogs around. Okay, they're gonna be eating the cornmeal feed, and we need that for the chickens. The rooster, a hen. 2 more chickens and the turkeys. They're like, we're just trying to live and exist over here. And we don't need these damn dogs. They smelling us a mile away. The dogs are smelling them a mile away. Somebody frying some chicken? Smells like a breast. A wing. No, that's a leg. Damn. The dogs are sniffing around because you just teasing them like hell. Because you emanating this chicken flavor odor. I don't give a damn how the hell you feel. You're the worst. You are the worst.
When you see issues like this and whatnot, you don't get to come knock on my door. You call your elected officials. You go up to the damn village and you ask them questions. You ask them how are they going to rectify this situation and rectify this issue. But it's a poor piss community when you got the dispatch.
Said, get over it. Get used to that.
And they're busy dealing with other issues. And I shouldn't have to threaten them to the point that I got the news media on speed dial because I do have all their numbers. And I could have had them out on the block less than 20 minutes or an hour or whatever the case is. But I shouldn't have to threaten them with the news media in order for them to get an offer.
See, she would have been just as bad as Super Stupid, throwing around your weight and power that you never could handle properly in the first place. If nothing else, Super Stupid should be a lesson learned of what not to do. Number 1, do not vote for a narcissist. Number 2, do not vote for a chicken. Number 3, do not allow this chicken get mad because dogs are roaming around the house because they just can't take it anymore and they're hungry as hell. Popeyes will want to inform you that their restaurants are used to that. Dogs and cats hang around all the time because they're just hoping somebody drops a biscuit. So you're going to sit here and live in a home. You might want to get used to that or do something with them feathers that you're plucking.
To come out and rectify the situation. Like, this is crazy. But this is the stuff you all keep doing. You keep voting in the same people and expecting a different result. And then you have the nerve to get an attitude when I say it's dumb, it's stupid, it's ignorant to keep recycling the same people. And then
doubling down on this dumb.
They produce, you can't even get an answer. All you can say is, well, they was fighting against Tiffany.
Well, because she doesn't go to meetings. So far, Jason has signed, 20 business licenses? Didn't they pay bills in the last meetings that they held between Dalton and Thornton? Because let's not forget, she was supervisor over at Thornton. Didn't they get 2 good meetings in the Village Dalton and at Thornton Township where business was actually handled? And the meetings were no more than an hour. This is because she doesn't go to them. This is why. So her saying this is because she has not gone to a meeting. So she has no idea what exactly occurred other than her taking time to read the meeting minutes or the agenda, which I highly doubt she's doing as well. You want to record yourself doing something? Why don't you record yourself reading something? Go read a book. Go to your room. Nah, go back to the barn house. That's where you belong. Get out. You coming the wrong way. Just y'all make sure y'all just kind of scoot on out. It's scat. Scat. Yeah, you don't belong in the house. Go back out of the barn. What you doing? How does chicken get in the house? Yeah, what's going on? Oh, you pecking at the lock. Great.
You pecked at the lock until it came off. Tiffany. And now when you talk to these residents, all they talked about is, well, they said Tiffany did this, Tiffany did that. Well,
they said it.
Did you do your research? You keep asking me.
Yes, they did, because I went over all of the FBI subpoenas and many, many court documents where she violated many, many laws. Yep. So just because you're trapped in some alternate reality where you don't want to believe words on paper does not mean that everyone should be the same way. And don't get mad when we actually exercise our ability to show what we've read today. Because you keep calling people unlearned. Y'all are so unlearned. I'm sorry. What? We don't speak chicken.
Why isn't Tiffany in jail? That's a question you ask Jason House. That's a question you ask Kiana Belcher. That's a question you ask Brittany Norwood. That's a question you ask Tammy Brown.
No, you don't.
That's a question you ask Stan Brown. That's a question you ask Andrew Holmes. I am not in that position. I don't have the answers. They have the answers. They created this fight. They created this narrative. I'm going to go even further. Ask the YouTubers that convinced you all to vote for Clean House 2025. You guys listened to all that foolishness. You bought into that narrative. Now you dealing with a situation and now you want answers. Well, you got a meeting. Come on.
First of all, Jason House and the trustees have nothing to do with her going to jail. They're not prosecutors. They're not the attorney generals. They're not the district attorneys. They're not even attorneys. They're not even in the legal sector. Town hall is not a courthouse. It is a town hall. And it's the prosecutors, the DAs, or the AGs that bring forth charges to the court. So unless it's a civil lawsuit or a civil matter, they wouldn't handle that anyway. Ew. I feel like some of my good Lord. Sorry about that. They wouldn't handle any of that. Anything dealing with her going to prison or even jail. That's not the decision that a mayor and the board of trustees in a local government makes. I mean, if that be the case, they probably would have done it already. I don't understand this. If it were up to them, she would have been in jail in 2022. No, 2021. She definitely would have went after she had the village clerk removed from the bank account fraudulently. Yeah, they would have locked her ass up then. So no, trust me when I tell you, if the board of trustees ever had the opportunity to actually put Super Stupid in jail, they would have done it years ago. They would have been like, yes, we got arrest powers. We going in. They would have made a whole day of it. But it's like, yeah, we're going to go down here and put her in jail and then go to somebody's house and have a huge block party, cookout, barbecue, the biggest, best thing we've ever seen. It's going to be so much food. Just a line of tables of just food going down for 4 or 5 good blocks. They would have celebrated it. Bless God, had music, a concert. All of that would have happened if they had the power to put Super Stupid in jail. And all I ask is that all of that is live streamed so I can watch it in real time.
Coming up, go to the meetings, raise hell, and ask those questions.
Oh,
those are questions, once again, and I'm going to keep saying it for your elected officials. I am no longer in this fight. I no longer care to be in the fight. Because when I was in the fight,
because she never cared about the community
as your mayor. So I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
I'm
sorry that you guys are going through what you were going through.
Oh no.
You know, at the end of the day, my house is paid for. I made sure my house was paid for years ago. You still got mortgages. You got these high taxes. And even for some of these seniors, you know, some of these seniors' tax bill went up. But they are on fixed incomes. A lot of them are retired. They don't have extra money coming in. A lot of them have illnesses. They can't go get a part-time job to help offset that bill. So I don't know what to tell you. So listen,
good night, Mike.
Getting Mr. House's ass. He wanted to be the mayor so bad.
Good night, Mike. It's not that much to go. I did not plan on this being 2 hours, but I'm flabbergasted. And some of these I've seen already, and I'm still floored. Yeah, the arrogance of this. You know, I'm better than you because my house is paid for. Yours is not. But you're complaining about taxes and mortgages going up. You don't have a mortgage. So, you know, if you claim you care about your the neighbors and the constituents having their, first of all, the mortgage issue, that's more that goes into that than just you talking about something with Jason House and the trustees. I mean, you have the national interest rate or the APR that factors into that. You don't know what those people credit look like, you know, or what type of loan they acquired to get the house. They could have had a floating interest rate type of loan. But even the amount of money she's talking about going from $1,000 or $1,500 to $2,500, who house goes up in $1,000 like that? And then she talks about not wanting to pay high taxes and stuff, and how the businesses should be the ones paying the taxes to put money back into the economy. And now this is why she didn't have a platform. No, you know what? Her platform was to cluck, lay eggs, and just be confusing 24/7 and hypocritical. It's just
they created this
her whole platform.
They created this drama.
But
let them give you answers, because at this point, it ain't my problem. Now, I'm sorry about the dogs running around. I'm sorry about the dilapidated houses. I'm sorry about businesses not coming in. I'm sorry about all that. But I tried to get in the fight.
No, you're not. Now you're saying you're not even going to do anything with it.
Help you all. You all didn't want the help, so I don't know what to tell you. But
I didn't want the help.
You don't get to call me and ask me to help solve the problem when I tried to help solve the problem, and you chose someone else. And I don't give a flying when anybody can say, listen, honey, I'm not salty. I'm not any of that. I woke up the next day like...
She doesn't even understand what the definition of the word salty or bitter means. She definitely loves to throw out the word hate or hating. 2 more words she can't define. The idea of everything comes down to you hating someone. It's absolutely played out. That's why I don't give a damn when anyone says that to me. You just hating on me. Whatever. Yeah, you taking this term and it's just being used so frivolously. I grew up always understanding that I have to be careful on saying that I hate someone. Like, that's how I was raised. My mentality. This fake Christian deaconess or whatever at least should be trying to pretend like she understands as a Christian. Just saying you hate someone. That's not the type of emotion God wants us to express. He don't want us to sit around here and just hate people. That's that type of level of emotion that sparks anger. And the Bible says be slow to that. He didn't say don't get angry, but don't get angry over every little thing. And don't react to that anger. That's what hatred leads to. So to keep saying that you're hating, you hate, you're using that word so frivolously, coming from somebody that's claiming that everyone else is unlearned.
You know what? God is good. I don't have this issue to deal with. This is
He is good. He said, I don't know who you are, girl.
So no, I'm busy doing me, baby. I'm busy making my money, doing what I do. At the end of the day, my house is paid for. It's paid for. I don't have that problem. I just worry about my taxes.
Mad that she lost.
So I feel sorry for the people that has a mortgage. You got insurance, you got taxes, you got all this stuff coming at you.
Why don't you help to pay their mortgage and taxes and insurance then? Kick rocks, chicken head.
And it's no joke when your bill is going up anywhere from $300 to $600 more a month, and you don't have that extra income coming in, and it's, it ain't nobody just easily going out here hiring.
How many taxes once a year, right? Twice a year?
Just giving them part-time jobs like that. Napoleon, call them other trustees, call all the people that was in the clique, call them and see if they could help you or give you some assistance. That's what the township's for. See if you can get some assistance. I don't know what to tell you, but that ain't no longer my problem. It's no longer my issue.
So in other words, I don't give a damn about none of y'all. Never did. And I only pretended it because I just wanted y'all to vote for me so that I can get a tax break on my house. I mean, because otherwise, what is all this for? You act like you don't want attention when you're putting out a video on social media to get attention. And the only thing you're saying is what you've been saying for a month and a half on auto repeat while you still have no solutions. So you're just complaining and whining and crying because you lost. You knew you were going to lose. You were never going to win. That was not hard to determine. The first time you got nasty and rude, people already knew. Ain't nowhere in the hell. Ain't nowhere in the hell. Because most people didn't know who you were up there in Dalton. But when you showed up, was it on Martin Johnson channel? Where she called in and she kept going back and forth between, well, I'm running as mayor. Well, right now I'm a resident. So you're changing what you are in the conversation itself, one sentence to another. I mean, it was just like that. One sentence she's sitting here talking about, I'm running as mayor and this, that, and the third. And then the next sentence is, I'm a resident. I'm speaking on behalf of residents. She's the epitome of chaos and confusion. Two things that God is not the author of. You fake deaconess.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's all I want
to
share.
It's been my pleasure to do this.
For those of you who died for more content, let me say this. I'm not giving anyone permission to use my video to make it look like I've done an interview with you, because I have not done an interview with you. So I don't want you on my channel. I don't want you doing an interview with me. As a matter of fact, I don't even want you to say my channel name. Just leave it all out your mouth. I would prefer you leave God's name out your mouth as well, because we all know you don't mean that. But whatever. No one's pretending that. Trust me. We don't care. Dear Woke Christian will let you on his channel, though. But he's being nice. And please understand, we will all have a good laugh when it's done. I'm just putting that out there. And if I see it, we don't have a problem. But anyway, at the end of the day, I'm on my way to go make my money, doing what it is that I do. And
whatever it is she does.
Listen,
what does she do?
Hold your elected officials accountable. Just to settle, reality has kicked in. And now they want to know, what are they going to do? Hell, go find them at the bar that they be hanging out drinking with. Go have a drink with them and ask them the questions. If you can't make the meeting, meet them at the bar. I don't know what to tell you. But Y'all, listen, you cannot be calling my phone.
Meet him at the bar?
You cannot be, sending me questions. And what about this? And what are we going to do about this? And what are we going to do about that? Are you willing to still continue to fight for us? No, I am not.
She never was.
Vote for me and then still expect me to fight for you. Come on, y'all crazy. What's wrong with
Holy G. First of all, oh Lord, this is insufferable. Good God. Oh, she's such a sore loser. This is why you got 152 votes. And I honestly now want to really question those 152 votes. Because ain't no way in the hell. Unless somebody is just okay with just being verbally and emotionally just slaughtered and insulted and having someone be condescending 24/7. I can't imagine how you got those votes. And they want to sit here talking about YouTubers are getting paid by Jason House. Jason House, the Goon Squad wants you to pay me a check. So, let me know how you want to send that money. Don't threaten me with a good time. Jason House, if you want to throw me $100 here and there, whatever. I'll make sure it gets reported on my taxes. Matter of fact, I'll post that bad boy up. We'll both look up the laws to see what's permitted. And then, you can just send me the maximum number that the law allows. How about that? I got here. It's somebody get paid. And she's sitting here mad. Y'all didn't vote for me. I ain't here for none of y'all.
I'm not doing that. No. You're going to let your elected officials fight for you. You're going to let the people you voted for fight for you because that's what you voted for. So get the clothes on.
You're a clown.
Or hell, whatever the name of that bar is that they all like to go to and drink, show up at the bar, hell, have a drink with them and ask them those questions. But I don't know what to tell you. So, and I'm at peace over here.
Well, you got some white stuff on your shirt. And we don't know what that is, and we don't know what to tell you about that either. But you think you would try to, was this on purpose? Where you working at just like this? You want to make some money? Oh, yeah, that's right, y'all. She said she doesn't mind putting on, some denim overalls and some lumberjack boots and an axe and a hammer and getting the job done. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe that's some paint or icing for a cupcake because, she claims she had a bakery. All these failed businesses. Where you going to make money doing what? What do you do? That one. Oh, Lord.
And this is all I got to say about this, and this is all I'm going to say. Now, if I decide to make videos about the other houses, then I'll do it at my own leisure, but it's not a mandate.
And we're going to laugh at it.
My life has continued and going on, and I'm busy doing what it is that I'm doing. So, I don't know what to tell you.
My life ain't moved on.
And as I'm laying there in the bed.
Yeah, this is from Martin G. Johnson channel. This is the sermon thing here. And this is the last part of the video.
And I start dreaming that I'm in the house with my family, with the kids and everything. We're preparing, getting ready to go to bed. Everything is beautiful. Everything is wonderful. Then it's just like out of nowhere, all these men, they bust in and they break in the house. They went after the adults. They were after the children. No. I said, well, God, what does the children represent to me in this dream? What? He said, the children represent you all, my children, that the enemy is after. And even in the midst of that, when the men broke in and they start going after the kids and their job was to specifically go after the children and the things of the children. We were outside. So we finally get outside of the house. It was just a lot of chaos going on.
We're going after the kids' backpacks.
Dogs barking. Now, anybody know anything concerning dreams? Dog.
Yeah, here's the dog. Yeah, who's somebody say? The dog backstory. Oh, Mike. This is Storm. Hey, Storm. Probably one of those big nickel-sized boogers. Sure. I know Kleenex Charmin. Oh, I hate to see that nose. She needs some big vapor rub underneath that. Pablo's bar. They get the right to go where they want to go. They all over 21. You want somebody to go and disrupt them in their personal time? Get the hell out of here. You can't. I told y'all that chicken head hiding in the bushes, leaving a trail of eggs. Wherever Jason is, he's just like, oh, damn. we doing this again. I'm not in the mood to have yolk stuck to out of my shell. Egg yolk everywhere. Look at this. Look at this. This chicken head is still here. Come out, cornmeal. We know you there. Just Why don't you just come and approach me? I can't fathom her just being this obsessed for no reason. She is obsessed with Jason House and these trustees. Obsessed. To the point where everything is their fault. Everything is their fault. I lost and it's their fault. I failed to put up a platform and it's their fault. The fire hydrant bucked back at me today. It's their fault. You know, that weird ass dog that came out of somehow whatever this is she doing. You know, no, it's this is Jason's fault. You know, my tax is going up. Even though he's not married yet. Still his fault. My failed catering business of my sliced bologna and cheeses. His fault. Me going up to a dance studio somewhere where people are dancing, talking about this is a campaign event, and then making myself look dumb at the end of the day. Jason's fault. This is not. Oh Lord, she need her feathers ruffled a little bit. Where her husband at? She woke up on the wrong side of the egg carton today. Okay. She just kind of like, hell, I'm still in the shell. Like, what is your anger and angst about? There is no way to work. Oh God. You just this mad about. What are you mad about? You lost. You trying to force yourself on people? That's horrible. She can't handle rejection.
Warlocks. So there were all these dogs. I mean, you could hear them from miles away. I mean, you know, now anybody that I love fur babies, I love dogs. But certain dogs I ain't fooling with. When it comes to those Dobermans,
yeah, hold on, I gotta slow it down.
Outside. So we finally get outside of the house. It was just a lot of chaos going on. And you can hear a bunch of dogs barking. Now, if anybody knows anything concerning dreams, dogs represents warlocks. So there were all these dogs that were just barking. I mean, you could hear them from miles away. I mean, you know, now if you anybody, I love the fur babies, I love dogs. But certain dogs I ain't fooling with. When it comes to those the German Shepherds, the pit bulls. Now, unless I get them as a baby and can mold them to my characteristic, I ain't fooling with them.
Oh God!
Certain dogs, they got certain characteristics. They will
wait. The last thing we need is a dog acting like cornmeal. Dogs are dogs, chickens are chickens, and those two animals should remain separate. We do not blend the animals together. Oh my good Lord! She wants to mold a dog into her image. Isn't there like a godlike complex? Except Kentucky Fried version. Y'all, she just got that strong Chick-fil-A vibration energy type feel going on. The cows want to thank you. Okay, you walk around here like, you know, King Rooster. This is insane. She just barked, by the way. I heard that.
Born that way, they were breathed that way. And this wasn't the sound of like no Chihuahua or no Shih Tzu barking. You're talking about big hound dogs, big wolf dogs. I mean, you could just hear them barking. And they were barking so to the point where it's like my chest, I'm sleeping, I can just feel my chest, my adrenaline pumping, and I can feel myself, you know.
I believe the word she's looking for is husky. Okay.
Outside running in the midst of this chaos. So it's like as we came to a head, and then it's like all the people start scattering.
Yeah, I'll have around 2 hours.
This one big gray hound dog. I mean, it was gray and white. It was like a big hound. And the dog stopped in the middle of the street. And it looked directly at me, like eye contact. Like it could have been anybody, but it's like once it came around the corner from chasing the people, and it's like when it got right there to that point, the dog looked at me.
Oh God!
I said, all right. Then the scene jumped. As the dog looked at me, there were cars coming. Now, anybody know anything about a dream? A car represents destination, because we know when we get in a car, you don't drive in reverse, right? You drive forward. You going when you get in a car, because when we get in a car, our mindset is that we are going to a destination. Huh? We don't drive on the street in reverse. So the car represents going forward. If they didn't know that dogs represent warlock, it stopped in the middle of the road. Its eyes locked directly on me. I looked at it. Hold on. Of the car. Now stay with me because I'm going somewhere, because God gave me a revelation. Jump on the car now. And I jumped on top of the car.
Martin.
And when I jumped on top of the car, the guy that was in the car, I looked back at him. Now on top of the hood of the car is still running, traffic is going, people are running everywhere, and these men are still after the children. Their goal is, the guy that was driving, I took my hand and I started patting on the window. I said, drive. And he just looked like he was startled. And all you had to do was take your car and run the dog over.
Oh Lord. Yeah, that's the whole video. Yeah, all she had to do was just take the car and run it over. That's it. Nothing else. Just hit the poor doggy woggy hound dog that somehow she can't label as a husky, which is the description she was looking for. No, just hit him with a car and then just keep going. She's an animal lover, but the first thing she wants to do is to say, I had a vision 77 years ago. I decided to get up and go run for mayor. And then I had a vision about some dogs trying to take kids and they became hounds or wolves. And now, in my vision, I told the driver, just hit the damn dog and keep going. You know, these dogs are going to be like, what the hell she say about us? She want us to get hit by cars. If you having a vision on that, why? First of all, why say that out loud? I don't even think I would tell anyone about that vision. I'd be like, wait a minute. That was a vision where I just saw a dog get hit by a car? Yeah, I'm going to keep this to myself. I'm not going to share that with nobody. I ain't telling nobody that. I can't believe I just had a vision about a dog getting hit by a car. That's awful. Oh, my good Lord. Yeah, she's sitting here making God mad. Just pissing him off. Oh, man. Y'all, this live is 2 hours, 26 minutes, and it was well worth it. And I don't want to keep y'all up any longer. We're going to end on this note right here. I got to bring this in because, you know, hound dogs and all that good stuff. So, hold on. Let me pull this up right quick. Because, you know, in honor of hound dogs and huskies and cornmeal the chicken. Y'all, we're just gonna play this song to commemorate this whole thing and just put the cherry on top, okay? Y'all ready? Hang it out, big mama. Yeah, you ain't nothing but a hound dog, girl. Yeah. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Yeah, in her dream, she got adopted as a chicken by 2 dogs, and they just raised her to be the loving hen that she claims to be. And she grew up, laid many, many eggs, then had a full life. Oh my God. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was something else. I had fun. Whatever. I had a ball. I hope you guys hit the like button. I know I didn't say that often because I really wanted to get through the video, but yeah, I just came up with that thought. Yeah, I knew I'd play something related to hound dog. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you, Big Mama Bertha, for Big Mama Thornton. Sorry, Big Mama Thornton for coming up with that song that Elvis Presley stole. Whatever. That's why I played the original. That's shout out to you, Cornmeal. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on the way out and subscribe. And be safe. Hopefully I'll try to do a live tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely do a couple of videos to do for premiere. I'm gonna let this live stream sit up for a couple days, and then I'm gonna, move it over to the members only. So y'all can just have a good laugh, untethered. You gotta worry about any distractions. I appreciate you all tuning in. And make sure you guys take advantage of that. The memberships, all those who donated. Thank you so much, Mike. Brilliant. Thank you, Laura. Thank you all for gifting memberships. And please check out all the other great content that's here on the channel. I do talk about more than super stupid, but I keep telling people you gotta give what's in demand. People want to still hear what, have a good laugh off of super stupid and chicken head. So we're gonna keep doing it until super stupid goes to prison. All right, y'all be good. Take care of yourselves and each other. And into the next one, Lady Luck out. Deuces.